y'all are so juvenile.
Banking it. Welcome to MPSP Shitpiece Theater, episode 8. Only he can save us. I want to do a little something different. I'm not usually a religious man, but events of this past week and tragedy and triumph have opened my heart to a new religion. And I'd just like to start with a prayer. Our Lord and Savior, Baker Mayfield.
Quit.
Oh my!
Please bless this show. Please allow us to have great
banter,
entertaining content. Please keep just doing what you do and allow the Browns to win and vanquish our enemies. Thank you.
Your enemies is your head coach.
Thank you, Lord Baker.
Okay, enough. Knock that shit off. Jesus.
Thank you, Lord Baker, for our first win in 635 days. We love you.
God. What was it, 635 days?
Yeah, dude.
God damn,
2 years.
My youngest son hasn't been alive that long.
God, what'd you say? You're what?
I said my youngest son hasn't been alive that long.
Are you telling me the Browns haven't won a game in your son's lifetime? Until now?
Until Lord Baker took over and has delivered us to the promised land of one.
Here's the thing: in your son's lifetime, he probably hasn't dealt up near the amount of shit that Cleveland has as a football team. So,
no, yeah, you're right about that.
What you gonna do when Tyrod gets better? And that head coach of yours says, "Fuck you, Baker. Sit down." I'm playing Tyrod.
Yeah. Here's the thing: Hugh Jackson is not a great head coach. I respect the man. He was a coach for the Raiders, but that was also one of our worst seasons ever. He made some dumbass decisions as a head coach. He's too old school and traditional.
You talking about the guy who played Wolverine?
No.
What he's saying is, I respect you as a human, but you suck.
Yeah, he's more qualified for his job than I am, obviously, but he still makes very questionable decisions. Like,
I'll tell you this though, he if y'all watched him on Hard Knocks, dude, he put Greg Williams and who's their O coordinator, Saunders, or what's his name?
Haley.
He put them both in their place, man.
Yeah.
He's like, look, you both have been here, but I'm here now. I'm the head coach. He was like. It was crazy, dude. I was like, wow.
Yeah, Hard Knocks was good this year. And
like, you're a head coach for now, dude. Wait till they fire you. It's coming.
Yeah. All right. We'll get back to our normally scheduled program after our praising of the Lord Baker.
Oh,
you're praising. I ain't owning that shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. As the host of MPSP Shitpiece Theater, we endorse Baker Mayfield.
Oh my God.
The views and opinions of Masterpiece Shitpiece himself, Nick Bremer, do not reflect my own personal moral values.
The rest of the cast.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get into intros. Josh, where are you at?
Well, for the past 5 minutes, I've been in fucking hell. Apparently. You can find me on Facebook as Josh Fisher and in the groups. You can find me on the other show that I do, All Queued Up Podcast with my friend Greg. We just posted our 1-year anniversary special today, this morning. If you haven't listened, go check it out. It's a double-sized show. There's a giveaway announcement. We can get a free All Queued Up shirt. Listen to find out how. But you also, with you guys every Friday night here on the theater, support the arts, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at nsubanure1976 and Twitch at nsubanure76. And on the occasion when I'm not incredibly overwhelmed with doctor's appointments and other commitments, you can catch me on Off the Runner with Dakota and the guys. So, yeah.
Josh is just a busy guy, dude.
Yeah.
Letting you know.
Yeah, he rolls around and gets things done.
I know he's like cheating.
Well, hey, Wednesday, I get fitted for the prosthetic. They're going to take the cast measurement from the leg to order the parts for the prosthetic and get fitted with that. So it's almost here, guys.
That's
and
really
on Thursday,
cool.
we're going to hear about the one-legged man that robbed the liquor store.
Nice.
No, he don't drink.
I don't drink.
I'd like to put it out there right now. I think that the cast of building up to it should make you a prosthesis.
Yeah, I need to yell it. Here's the thing. I love building up to it. Love Bricks. Love Paul C. Matt's a cool guy. Never really spoken to him, but I am also a Lego enthusiast. And let me tell you, I have stepped on a Lego.
Ouch.
That's why I lost my leg. So I think I want to. Do you think that I want to have a prosthetic as a continual, constant, lifelong reminder of why I lost my leg attached to the end of my leg? Also, it's not very fucking comfortable because most of them are fucking square.
Yeah.
Although structurally sound, I agree.
All right, Rob.
That was impressive.
Rob, where you at, buddy?
Well, since we're going off on tangents and everything, right before the show, I decided I needed a refill on this rum and coffee. So you can find me at the fridge and at the coffee pot. While I was there, I decided that I needed a little bit of backup booze because I'm going to drink all that before the end of the show. My first trip over there, I returned to the desk only to find that I had one of my wife's floofy little wine coolers. That must have been rectified.
Just chug it real quick.
You said floofy.
Now we're at Fantasy Balls or some shit beer. Fantasy Factory.
Why'd you say balls, man?
I don't know.
Because
it's balls on
because the balls. Yeah,
I was waiting for someone else to say it.
It's subconscious. You can't help it.
So after I'm done rating my refrigerator of booze, preferably not my wife's,
man.
You can find me on the Facebooks. You can find me on Instagram at Rob's Robots, and you can find me here on Friday nights, half pissed up and talking about random shit.
Yo,
he said the Facebooks.
I know. I caught that too. I was gonna let it go, but
the Facebooks, baby.
I was like, no.
Shout out to Rum and Coffee.
Thanks.
Russell, where are you?
You know me, baby. I'm sexy as hell today. I'm hot.
Oh God, today.
Not so sexy without the camera.
You know, well,
naked again.
I'm not fit for draft. I'm not fit for public display right now.
My man. My man.
I'm never fit for public display.
Russ, you realize they make these
It's Anna's birthday. It's Anna's birthday. She's got him fucking hogtied.
You know it. It's National Women's Day in my house.
Oh no!
Guys, we should be happy that she at least took the ball gag out long enough for him to do the show.
Yeah, at least I can talk.
We said we got until 10:02, and then she's putting it back in.
Yeah, basically, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Had a ball gag in one end, the Punisher in the other.
God damn, that's hot.
We're not going to say which end. Which was on which end.
I thought the ball gag was called the Punisher.
I got it.
No.
No. Only if
he wishes.
Only if you don't swing that way. It's all good.
Hashtag peg life.
Oh.
Yeah. Hashtag peg life is not to be confused with my leg and Russ's ass. So thank you very much.
Oh God!
All right. Where was I?
You guys are both going to be a TFCon, right?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and here every Friday nights, and I say every Friday nights. Yeah, every Friday night.
Every one of these nights.
Yeah, I haven't drank anything tonight. I'm just kind of. I had a crazy week, so I'm a little out of sorts. Anyway, and normally on Saturday nights, but our show's on hiatus because we're waiting for the man, the myth, the legend himself to return to form. So yeah, that's me, guys.
Shout out to James.
Yeah, man, hope all's well.
Looking forward to seeing him back on the year. So.
Yeah, we're hoping recovery is going well and everything. So that's gonna be probably a slow go, but soon hopefully. But it's all good. We've all been in communication with him, so it's kind of he's sort of he's just in, he's just kind of in I guess we call it the recovery state right now, and that kind of thing. And
yeah, he needs to take his time, get better.
Yeah, exactly. But then that's what it is. Just don't rush it and do what you got to do. So.
All right.
But we're here. Hi guys.
Hello.
Who's next? Who's up next?
All right, Samuel, where you at?
What's up? I'm Insta_Sam89 on Instagram, and then Sam Mead on the Good Book. I'll say the Good Book, and then here every Friday night with you guys. Thanks for having me.
He's sporting that Jesus like beard. I like it. They keep growing out.
He's about as tall as Jesus was too.
Sam, you have to say it one time. Say it for us. Bless you, my child.
Yeah, bless you, all my children. I'm lucky.
Yes!
I'm your daddy now.
Holy shit.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Sammy's my daddy, and he looks up at me.
Baker's your daddy. Baker's your daddy now, baby.
Yeah, I told my wife.
Please.
She was asking about like that new job I started, and she's like, "Are the kids good for you?" And I was like, "Well, I sit them down on the first day, and I tell them that, this is my house, and I'm your daddy now." And she believed me. She was like, "Are you gonna get in trouble for saying that?" I was like, I didn't really tell them that.
No, you get in trouble when you get up in front of the class and go, "Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?"
You just don't say it loud enough, and
Dude, if I was a student in your class and you did that, I'd wink at you.
Shit, I'd pinch you on the ass.
Hey,
damn right. Hey, you go a step further.
Anna, put that ball gag back in Russ's mouth.
All right. And I am your somewhat host, Masterpiece Shippies, Nick Brammer.
With the most.
You find me on Facebook at Nick Brammer, Twitter at Brammer_Nick. I don't do much on there. And Instagram at Masterpiece Shippies. And I don't do shit on there either. I'm just on Facebook. I do shit. And that's it. All right, guys.
Nice.
I think that we should go through this painful thing and go ahead and summarize week 2 of our fantasy league.
It was a good week for me.
I'll sum it up for you real quick. Auto draft is spanking it. Spanking it.
For real.
I can't believe this shit.
I've never seen somebody benefit from not knowing what the fuck he's doing. It's great.
Right?
It's amazing.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
You say that now.
You say that now.
You've not faced me yet.
I'm
here we
coming
go.
for you.
Here we go.
This is 2-0. Here he goes.
Rather, my team is coming for you eventually. I have no idea what's going on.
2-0 now. 3-0 next week.
That's what
right
you
now. What do you? Please, I'm playing you this week. I've already told you. I've already told you.
I'm projected to win, and I'm gonna win this week, baby. It's gonna be
projected to win, but I'm sorry.
Just like the Browns, baby. We're gonna fucking make our first win.
What he's telling you though is he's trading off his entire team.
Listen, I'm gonna say
entire team, just a few select players to get more of the glorious Browns.
Do you want some sprinkles on that delusion? Is that what you want? I'm sorry. You're fucking out of your head. You can be projected to win all you fucking want. It doesn't matter. Because the buck stops here. Okay. I will take this left leg and break the other one off in your ass.
Listen to him. You can't do that because then you won't be able to walk.
I'm not walking right now. It doesn't matter. I'll roll all over his ass like I rolled over your ass in week 1 and Sam's ass in week 2.
The East out the win, dude.
Yeah, here we go. This is the most animated I've.
Here's the thing: eking out a win is still a fucking win.
Yeah, whatever. Next time
you gotta stop. I can't breathe.
My foot up your ass. Here we
The
go.
only reason that you may, the only reason you may get a second win this week is because you're facing your wife. And then if you do get a win this week, you're going to be a wife beater. Are you going to feel good about being a wife beater, Russ? Is that what you're going to be?
Hey, she likes
Nick what
likes
that's
it rough,
like.
okay?
All right. Let's get to the
It is
weekend.
International Women's Day there, after all.
Let's go ahead and get through this painful part of the week 2 matchups.
Oh God.
The DJD, which is me, lost to Russell's swag team.
That's because
122.65 to 93.
Yeah, you're just out of your league. It's all good. It's all right.
Nice.
Better luck next time.
It's all right. It's gonna all turn around when I starting Baker next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick-
Okay.
Nick's trading quarterbacks for receivers. Just letting everyone know that.
Okay, here's the thing. Your miracle boy in the scoring would have netted you 6.84 points this week. So
For one
Bring
half
it.
of football.
for one, I'm sorry, that translates into 13.68 points. Keep sucking his dick. Yeah, go ahead.
Baker Mayfield will win me this league. The next one, a man who only gets
Whatever.
animated when it comes to fantasy football. The stump.
You want
Brigade.
gummy bears to go with the sprinkles on that delusion?
Oh God, this is the only time he talks shit.
I know.
The Stump Brigade beat Sam 137 to 85.
God damn, man.
137.2,
Sam,
85.32.
you might want to go ahead and check your lineups before Sunday.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Sam
no.
didn't even touch his goddamn team. It's like,
I
dude,
need to get on that.
there's like, basically,
That's
you won
okay.
something. You no,
His
no,
team
John,
did-
stop talking
his-
shit. You beat
His
someone.
team
who
didn't
just-
touch me, so why should he touch his
Yeah, I
team?
know because he didn't give a shit. He just said, you know what, I'm wasting my time. That's what it is. You just beat someone who got cocky. That's what it was.
All right. Next up is Tiff and Kate went at it, and it was the biggest blowout of the week. And another auto draft team with
Jesus
almost
Christ, that
200
was-
points,
Dude, the auto draft.
194 to 109.
Yeah. When I saw
Almost an
that score,
85-point blowout.
I came when I saw that score. I thought it was a screw up at first. I was like, no way.
Here's the thing. The difference between points was more points than Sam scored against me.
Yes.
Yes.
That's because
No, it was
he didn't try.
84.27. So just like one.
Oh, okay.
But it was close, pretty damn close.
It was pretty damn close. Next up, the Marauders, Missy's Marauders versus the Rig Jockeys, the other auto drafted team. The Rig Jockeys win 161 to 135. So again, the two highest scoring teams were the auto drafted teams.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty high scoring game though between the two of them.
I'm telling you, these two auto draft teams, we're gonna go right through.
Here's
I
the
gotta
thing.
face her at the end of this whole thing.
Until
And
I
I'm
get
gonna beat her and get rewarded.
Until I get my brown.
Had Misty started Blake Bortles, Rob, you would be 1-1 right now. She made a big mistake in starting Jimmy Garoppolo
Oh,
Yeah, that is a mistake. You're right. That was a mistake.
because she got like 6 points versus the 46 she would have got for Bortles.
Yeah, Garoppolo is garbage, dude. Anyway,
So, keep on going about your auto drafted fucking generated team. You're forgetting to take into account the human error factor in this.
I know.
if you don't do anything, you can't err.
Oh yeah? Tell that to Sam's punk ass.
Sam's like, yeah.
I don't know what lesson I need to learn here because I'm trying to play both sides of the fence of doing something and then not doing something is not working out well.
No.
Well, yeah, when half your team scores 0 points, there's a problem.
Yeah.
The next and last matchup is Anna, Jackie, 111 to 82.
So, God
Not,
damn.
not a good day in the meat house.
The meat house didn't even score as many points as Rob combined almost.
Yeah, Anna. I think I'm worried Anna's going to beat me this week. I'm kind of scared. I'm getting a little bit-
Right now, man. What are you talking about?
I'm projected to win, but I know. I mean, it's just giving it to be good. Anyway, no, I'm serious. I'm a little nervous. I'm like, dude.
All right, so the divisional standings: Rig Jockeys in first place, Stump Brigade following up, Russell 1-1. The other two were 2-0.
The other
Bring
two
up the rear. So I'm at least fourth. Sam's fifth. In the women's division,
Yeah, but if you look at overall seating, you're not in Sam's tent.
Hey, that's right. I'm not last. For the women's division, it is Tiff, Jackie, Anna, Kate, and then Misty's Marauders.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our weekly fantasy recap. So anybody that's sick of that shit can go ahead and pop in.
Yeah, hey, we're here. Hey.
How can they be sick of that shit? That's the most animated you'll ever see, Josh.
Yeah.
I know he gets fired up. I love it, dude.
It's mean.
It's like
I don't get mean. Talking shit's not the same as beating the shit out of you.
See, that's what I'm saying. You get two completely different people. It's like you get his evil twin.
I love it, dude. I love when he gets him fired up. It's great.
So sometimes my yang comes out. All right. So yin, yang, you know.
Sometimes Russ goes on YouTube with his yang out too, and then gets banned.
It happens on occasion.
True. This is true.
See, normally,
I'm just saying.
Fucking YouTube and your stupid rules.
Man, I'm telling you.
Nick, savor whatever glory you got after 635 days. Enjoy your 15 minutes in the sun. Because come Tuesday morning, you're going to be all sad and mopey after I get done kicking the shit out of you.
And
But
everybody watch
here's the thing. I will beat you out of love. It will hurt me more than
Oh my god. God, Josh, I can't wait to go against you again. I'm gonna I am gonna F you up. I can't wait. It's coming. I'm getting a team together. I'm making all my moves. It's coming. You're in deep shit. I'm all fired up. All this shit talking is getting me excited. Yes.
And there will be no more blasphemy against our Lord Baker. I don't want to hear.
You know what? Look, I'm not. This is what I'm going to say about that game last night. I was impressed a bit with him. Okay, I will say that I was impressed a bit. He made some pretty big throws, man. That one throw he made. Oh my God, when Landry caught it, that defender had his hand between the ball and Landry. Landry still pulled the ball down. But
Landry's fucking awesome.
But Baker put that ball where only Landry was going to get it. You know what I mean? It was a pretty nice set where he put it at. I was impressed with that throw. So I'll say this: he looked good. But listen, people are gonna have a little bit of tape on him now. Let's see how he looks in a couple weeks, dude. I'm just saying it's not. We'll see. Okay, I just don't get up,
200 yards and a half. We'll see.
Don't you get upset when he does go through his lull, because he's going to go through it. He's a rookie quarterback.
Everyone knows our Lord and Savior is infallible.
If the great Carson Wentz went through it in his rookie year, I guarantee you this guy will. Trust me. It's gonna go through it. Don't lose faith in him though. Keep it real, man. Yeah. You Browns fans need something to pull for. They said.
I mean, your team is called the Browns. They're basically walking versions of the drizzling shits.
Jesus Christ. Raiders fan.
Jesus Christ.
That was funny.
The Raiders are just as bad as the fucking Jailblazers back in the fucking 90s.
I agree. I'm not denying that.
I can Stifler.
What?
I'm officially changing your name to Josh Stifler.
Fuck you.
I love it, dude. That's great.
That's
cool, man.
Hey,
if you're a Browns fan, though, I have a lot of respect for you, because it's tough to hold on to your fandom when you've gone through a 0-16 season. It really is.
It's really difficult.
It is.
To hold
They
on.
deserve that celebration last night. First win in like 2 years. That's great, dude.
Yeah.
And-
Hats off, because I know exactly how that feels. Trust me.
And I just want to make one quick point. The Browns have a better record than Oakland right now.
Oh, I know. I mean,
they actually probably will have a better record than Oakland by season's end. Oakland,
they probably will, because right now they're a steaming pile of Jesus fucking Christ.
Your coach is trading away your best player, and I don't know.
That was a stupid fucking move. And then he has the balls to come out this week and say, well, good pass rushers aren't created overnight. They're hard to find. You had the best one in the fucking league.
Yep. He's
and you wouldn't even talk to him. So fuck you.
There's a guy named Myles Garrett that might disagree.
Jesus Christ. How does it feel when that big Cleveland cock tickles your tonsils? Because you're coming up off of that thing with the smile on your face like it was just the tastiest treat you've ever had in your life.
Do we need to go ahead and compare Myles Garrett and Khalil Mack?
No, I think what we need to do is to just move off of the football talk, because you're just going to keep me going. And let's talk about this Captain Marvel trailer that dropped this week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
He has a seizure.
How about that?
All right, guys, we're about to get nerdy. Let's do this. Okay, here we go.
All right.
I'm ready, guys. I'm ready.
I'm glad. Thank you for coming.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Walter. He's a Bears fan. Enjoy Mitchell. Mitchell Trubisky. All right, so the Captain Marvel trailer dropped. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Favorite moments? Anything?
Wow, I'm really excited, man. I love the fact that we got a couple of glimpses of some Skrull. We got some shots of the Kree.
Yeah.
Man, I love how cosmic this is going to be.
Yeah, I like that too, and I like that it's gonna bring that cosmic element, but then a lot of it's gonna take place on Earth too, and we haven't really seen that as much. We've either seen one or the other. I feel like Infinity War being the exception, bringing in the Guardians of the Galaxy. But I think this will be a cool kind of interplay between the two and tie them in a little bit.
That moment of her fucking smacking the shit out of that old lady Skrull on the fucking train.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was fucking money.
Casual fans, of course, that have no idea that Skrulls are shapeshifters, probably have no clue.
I forget about stuff like that, man.
And be like, oh God, how's she a hero? She's beating an old lady.
No. See, Josh, I have the total opposite. That actually excited me when she smacked an old lady. I thought it was great. I was like, all right, hit that bitch.
Wait, what?
The views and opinions of rest of us and elderly abuse do not reflect the values of us here at MPSP.
Yeah, he was watching the trailer on his phone at work and had to run to the restroom real quick.
I had to relieve myself. I'm sorry.
So the excitement of an old lady getting beaten made him want to beat a dirty old man.
He's old.
And I didn't know until I think it was Josh that told me in our chat that Jude Law was playing Marvel.
Yeah,
it wasn't me. I think that was Sam or Rob that told me.
That's
somebody did.
That's pretty cool.
I took the credit when I gave it to you.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know Jude Law was going to be.
Man, and I was like just kind of going off of him being in this movie. My brother and I were talking about like casting Magneto. And I'm like, who is left, man? I'm trying to think of who's left that is not already involved in the MCU, man. That's like they got everybody.
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah,
everybody worth a damn.
Yeah, yeah. This wait, so there's that dude who was in the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Jimon Hansu.
Yeah, is he the same character?
Yeah, he's playing Korath again.
Okay, cool. I think that's cool, man. I think that's cool.
Who?
No, it definitely got me fired up about the movie now. That was a good trailer. Got me.
I mean,
I love the fact
it's an
that it's
MCU
dropping.
flick.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's dropping so close to the second half of Infinity War too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they kind of
That's
have
2
to
months.
do that too.
And man, I think it's cool that the sequel or Avengers 4, whatever you want to call it, like they're keeping it so under wraps, man.
Yeah, I think they had to threaten Tom Holland's life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
legally.
dude, he needs to shut
He
that.
keeps
I love that kid. But seriously, he
Yeah.
opens his goddamn mouth too much. Shut up.
They could almost release that movie with no trailer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd go see it, but I just think, I don't know. I don't want to know anything about it.
You know what I think the perfect trailer would be for Infinity War 2? It's just you see everybody dying from the first one,
Yeah.
and you see a bloodied, battered Stark standing there at the end. He's like, what do we do now? And that's it. There. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
Boom. Just let everybody go in blind. Just, fuck it.
I'd be happy if they just put Infinity War in the logo. It's just the date. All I need
Just
to know
a
is the
teaser
date.
image and a date. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to know trailer. I don't need any teaser. Nothing. It's Infinity War.
Yeah, because I think all we've seen is like that one piece of like promotional art that they use for like the licensing expos and stuff like that, which was like I guess the Avengers that were left after Infinity War. Like Captain Marvel was in the picture and stuff, but that's it. Like other than that, man. And then wait, did you guys see that there's on like that set photo that the Russo brothers released, where it was just like a stage, like a sound stage or something. It said like look close, but like people were making like all these words out of like random shit in the background.
Oh man.
Did you guys see that?
No.
I did
I
not.
can find this.
Yeah.
But don't wait for me. Sorry.
I'm really excited though for the Captain Marvel movie. You know, I really think the actress Brie Larson. I've only seen her in a few things, and
She's good, man.
I think the thing that I enjoy her most in is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she doesn't have a big part, but her part is great.
Okay, I don't know
movie again last
how well
night.
you can see this, but this was like the photo, and then their cat. I guess they put it on Twitter and they said "look hard," but people were just like making words out of the random shit in the background. But then so people did this, which says "end game," out of like just random things in the background. But then like there's enough junk in the background that people were just making anything you could think of. So after a while, I was like, I don't know what they want us to see in this picture, but yeah, so I don't know what they're trying to say.
My favorite photoshops are when they Photoshop Tom Holland's ass on Brie Larson.
Nice.
Yeah, man, he's got a fat ass,
It's nice and
She's
supple.
flat as fuck.
and she doesn't. So.
Fucking talk about a pancake. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny, man.
Oh, he is a scrawny little white boy. Go on.
He's got a big ass butt though.
And cakes.
He works in a Spider-Man suit. It makes him look like the 14-year-old boy he's trying to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
On that creepy note.
And moving on.
Try to move it along before people think we're members of NAMBLA. Let's go to the Venom rating.
That Venom rating is bullshit. It should be R.
Yeah, I was hoping for a R. There's gonna be an R-rated cut. We all know that because I mean they're having to shoot footage. Like,
yeah, that's got to be the smart way to do it because you can make more money off it later. You know?
yeah.
I will say this. I was surprised because I thought this movie was going to really be a little edgier, and so I thought it was going to have to be a rated R movie.
Yeah, me too.
So I was a little surprised by the PG-13.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, come on. There's a shot in the trailer where he engulfs a dude and burps, turns around, looks at the lady, and goes, "I have a parasite."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I thought it was going to be a little rough, too rough for like kind of a light rating. But yeah, I mean,
With the rating, do you think it's gonna be one of these movies that tanks in the theater and then picks up on like home release?
It depends on how many
No.
punches they pulled.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the reason that this movie may possibly tank is because of the lack of Spider-Man connection. It's upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that too, but there's a lot of people though that don't know very much about it, that are kind of just like casual fans. So
Mhm.
I mean, they have a chance to attract those people, and I don't know. I kind of
I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking or a blockbuster, but I think it'll make its money back. I think it'll be a successful, and I'm hopeful that it's going to be good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, it's funny. I wasn't looking forward to it initially, but I am now.
The first trailer I didn't think much, but after that last trailer we saw, I'm like, oh shit, that looks good.
Yeah.
So
That last trailer really woke it up. I mean, you got to see a lot more of the Venom personality and how they're playing with that.
And I'd watch Tom Hardy shine fucking shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude can do no wrong in my mind.
Dude, he had me after Mad Max.
Shit, he had me after Nemesis. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Warner Brothers released pictures of Joaquin Phoenix in his Joker makeup.
I was going to bring something up on that. Somebody had mentioned in one of the comment sections on, I think it was Nerdity, that's actually not him as Joker. It's him. They were doing makeup testing for his movie, the Pogo or some shit. But they were co-posting it as test footage of doing something with the Joker.
Huh. I kind of liked it because he looked like Gacy.
Yeah.
Now that the video that went up today, Rob, was by the director of the Joker movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
that's legit. And Nick, I like what you said, because my assumption was that that's not the final version, that he's probably going to be like it by the end of the film or whatever. And but people in the comments, I think, were kind of assuming like, well, that's like, that doesn't look like the Joker. And I was like, come on, guys, like, relax. It's gonna be on a. I got notes about this shit. I'm super excited about that. I think.
Just one real quick point.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Venom thing. People are like, oh, he doesn't have the spider symbol, and oh, that's not the Joker we're used to. Oh, fucking well.
Yeah,
it's its own thing, and what they've assembled for that Joker movie is impressive.
Yeah. I mean, so like Scorsese's name's been tied to it since the get-go, and like, to me, I'm like, well, what has he been involved in that's been bad? And it's like, well, nothing. Right. And I mean, Joaquin Phoenix, that dude's alien. Like, he just loses himself in roles, and he doesn't do a lot of movies, and I think that's because he's like choosy with his roles, and I think he chose this based on the strength of the script and the vision that the director put forward, and based everything I'm seeing, I'm fucking loving,
Yeah.
And
let's be honest, I mean, anybody they could have pulled out to pull the Joker, I mean, he is a dead ringer. Like, I see that test footage. The first thing that comes to mind is, if you've ever played the Injustice games or watched the animated series, that's the Joker I see.
And to me, it's with that little test footage, like, that's the best teaser trailer I've seen in a long time. And
right.
What I want from the Joker is that when I see him, I want it to be like almost jarring. You know what I mean? And I never got that with Jared Leto. I remember that first picture they released with him, and I was like, I wasn't crazy about the tattoos, but that wasn't the reason why I wasn't a fan of it. And I couldn't put my finger on it, but seeing him in the clown makeup, like Joaquin Phoenix, I was like, okay, like, this looks, it's weird, strange, and I love it.
Yeah.
That's
the one that sneaks out of the shadows and
yeah, and I'm hoping that it's a very kind of real world take on it, and I'm okay with that, man. It's like, I feel bad, like Russ, I'm always bashing these DC movies, even though I swear to God I love DC the most. But if they're gonna say fuck the shared universe and do these one-off movies, if they're gonna be as strong as this one seems to be, then I'm okay with that,
Yeah.
See, does anyone know? Is he going to play like? Are they going to do like an origin story in this?
Yeah,
for the
that's what
Joker?
this is.
Yeah, that's what I want to bring that up in a
See,
minute too.
Okay, so are they going to like make him look a little younger at some points in it or something, or is he going to? Because Joaquin Phoenix is kind of an older guy now, right?
I think he's like in his late 40s at least.
yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, it's okay. So the Joker, I mean, we didn't believe the Joker became the Joker in his 40s. I mean,
That's kind
he
of what
did,
it's
you know.
always seemed at in the movies, or not?
Yeah, and I don't
Always
think,
been
like,
older.
yeah, and we can't look at this as like this is the Joker that was in the Dark Knight, like he was
Okay.
active until the 2000s. You know what I mean? I think this
So
is,
are we kind of having almost like the Venom movie is? It's kind of like it's going to stand alone, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah, definitely. Like
I don't know,
I think this has no connection to anything else, and
I
but
mean, see, can you do the Joker without Batman?
I'm kind of
Yeah.
excited about that
Can
fact that I'm.
Yeah. You think
Yeah,
so?
I mean,
Okay. I mean,
yeah,
hey,
it-
why not?
If you've ever read the Killing Joke, Batman just
He's
shows
a
up.
side character.
Yeah, he's a side. He's a
No,
Well, okay, no, he's a
in
side
his
character.
origin.
Hold on a minute. He's a side character because that focuses on the Joker. I get it, but the Joker and Batman are kind of hand in hand with each other. They kind of, it's
Yeah.
they're each other's
If you're
nemesis.
doing an
you know?
origin,
Yeah.
So
if you're doing an origin
Oh.
story, though, you're gonna. It's gonna give him the opportunity to kind of stand on his own for a little while before Batman even comes
and
into it.
Russ, I agree with you. Like I was all about like the the old kind of origin of Batman kind of creating the Joker. I was all about that until the
Yeah.
Dark Knight when we got that Joker who just appeared out of
He
nowhere.
just kind of came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
dug it, So that's
Yeah.
this
I
being an
guess.
origin story. That I think at this point, I think Joaquin's perfect. I think the director, from what I've seen, everything looks great. I think the script's good based on the fact that
Yeah,
Joaquin's signed on.
He's a good actor, man. He really is
like
a good
my
actor.
People
only-
were complaining about the director because it's Todd Phillips, the guy that did The Hangover and Old School and shit like that. But
yeah. So those movies, like, yeah, they're funny, but like
they got a
they
dark
look,
undertone to
yeah,
them.
and they look good.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know? They look good.
Yeah, and I hate that when people try to judge how a director is going to do in a movie based off of because he's only done comedies. That means he can't do anything serious. Get the fuck out of here. He's gonna. I bet he's gonna do a good job on this movie. I'll bet
I
you.
agree.
I
I
mean,
think he'll do a great job.
you got
know?
Scorsese fucking producing. You got Robert De Niro in an unnamed role, and like I think Sam was saying, I hope it's Carmine Falcone.
I
That
would
would be
love that.
great,
I
man.
would love that. I would love that.
That would be wonderful, actually.
I think if it's anything other than that, it's going to be wasted. But I'm trying to keep an open mind.
But that's actually pretty cool to have to have Falcone because
And to
that
see him as a
Joker
fucking
and
badass
had
man.
a history, so that's kind
Yeah.
of cool.
Yeah.
That's
So like
that'd be a good
my
character.
my only concern with it being an origin story is I don't want to make it, or I don't want them to explain it to where like the Joker's like, okay, he's this lunatic because like he was a victim of whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's I think that was the strength of Ledger's Joker is that he was just like this fucking force of nature. Like he was just this monster. Like we don't know why he is the way he is. He just is. And I'm worried about that with this because I don't want it to be like, well, he dealt with some terrible stuff and it fucked him up and now he's a bad guy. I do still want him to be like just this monster, but I would like to know how he ended up that way.
I kind of like the idea of like seeing what turned him into a monster because
me too.
Like again, like just from what I'm looking at, like the Killing Joke origin, he's just a regular dude who's trying to be a stand-up comic and support his wife. And all that shit goes down. So I mean, something
but I
like
think
that.
to end up like he did, you have to have some dark shit there to begin with.
Yeah.
That more or less gets brought out as opposed to being implanted. So it's like that's kind of a fine line that they're going to have to play.
No, the question is, do you think they're going to go the whole gangster becomes Joker, or you think they're going to turn more towards like the Killing Joke where he starts out as a normal average Joe?
I think with the footage of him like pre-Joker, like you see him as just like a normal guy.
Yeah, like he's walking around with like grocery bags and stuff. Like I mean, from like the one
kind of awkward.
So I'm thinking he's just a dude.
I don't know if I like that or not because the whole cool thing about the Joker is he's fucking insane. Okay, and that's what it's about. And it's like there are people that are just born with a mental fucked up, mentally ill brain. That's it.
That's what
And
I would like to
kinda,
see.
you know,
But just
like-
something that takes him to go over that ledge to be like, I'm not gonna try to live a day-to-day life. I'm just gonna
let it go, give it to it.
Yeah.
Right.
And but also like one of the themes of the Joker and what he's told Batman on numerous times is the difference between you and what you became and what I became is one bad day.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's like this.
That's kind of cool, actually. I
Yeah,
like that.
so-
I
so,
do like that.
You know, it's this normal Weasley guy that just had that one fucked up day and spiraled
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah, but then, like I
Like
was saying,
how much trauma can force a guy to become the Joker?
yeah, and
Right.
like my thing is like it's like I don't want to see the Joker and be like, oh, I just feel bad for him because of everything.
That's what it is.
I'm like,
I don't want to feel sorry for the Joker.
Me neither. I need.
I don't ever want to feel sorry for him. You know,
I
that's
need
not
him to be just a fucking monster. You know, and like if
Exactly.
we get to see what pushed him to that point, I'm cool with that. But I don't want it to be like
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something to compare it to, but I can't think of anything right now. No, I don't know.
And don't be giving me no feelings, man. I don't want no feelings for him.
Yeah, it's
I want him to be the guy I love to hate. You know what I'm saying?
The other part of the the other part of the Joker too is he's that like insane villain that you almost sympathize with. You can see where he's coming from. You can
because the shit he says makes sense.
yeah.
But
And then
okay, almost sympathize with. Okay, I can go with that.
Well, so,
but I
like,
don't wanna ever
relate-
sympathize with.
relate to him on certain levels of what he's saying is true. You know.
Yeah, I mean his methods are obviously completely batshit insane, but he's got a reasoning behind it that you can believe.
Right.
Yeah. And that was so. I remember the first time I saw The Dark Knight when he told that dude at the beginning about like how he got his scars. I remember being like disappointed because I was like, well, shit. Like,
Yeah,
there's the origin story. But then when he said the different one to Rachel Dawes, I was like, okay, this is cool. And then I was all in. But I like I just like I keep saying like it's just a tough line that they have to play. And I hope that they can do it.
Well, they've got the right director, they've got the right actor. Now they just need to not let DC write it.
Yes, that's another thing. I hope the studio just lets them make their movie, and then I'm hoping that, like I talked about this with Venom, but I'm hoping that Deadpool showed them that a rated R superhero movie can do well and make money.
Yeah.
You know, but so we'll see.
Not only make money, he became an icon. And if they do this right, this could be DC's Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a big Joker fan in all his different, all his different like incarnations.
Honestly, next to Ra's al Ghul, he's probably my favorite like nemesis of Batman. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I love Joker. I like him better than Riddler, any of them. He was just the one who I thought pushed Batman to the moral limit.
Yep.
Like if Batman ever came close to killing a motherfucker, it was the Joker. And if he
like,
does kill him, if he's gonna kill somebody, it's gonna be the Joker.
and like that was a huge theme in two of the best Batman stories. Like the Dark Knight Returns, where the Joker kills himself.
Yep.
And makes everybody basically believe that Batman killed him. And then also Under the Red Hood. When fucking Jason Todd comes back and he's like, you could break that rule for this one guy. Look what he did to me, and you just let him.
True.
Go.
Yeah. No,
I
think that's like I said. I think he's the one that's pushed Batman to to where Batman almost. Remember what you said? Joker said to Batman.
Yeah.
The difference between what you are and what I am is one bad day. Well, Joker, I think, came closest to making him have that bad day.
Yeah.
And turning him into a murderer. You know.
And like. Even the modern stuff they've done with the Joker, I know not everybody is a Grant Morrison fan, but like what Grant Morrison did with him, and like the stuff Scott Snyder's doing with him.
Yeah, that's all great.
Yeah, like the whole death of the family arc was amazing, and like, I don't know. Have you guys read Dark Knight Metal?
I have not.
yet.
I've watched like videos that sum it up, but I haven't actually read the whole thing yet.
Like the Joker's role in that and how Batman's treating him is great. And then Scott Snyder's writing Justice League right now, and the Joker is part of the new Legion of Doom. And how Scott Snyder handles him is amazing.
Yeah, the Joker, like from what I've read in the New 52, he's cool, man. I think they kind of nail him. Scott Snyder does, at least. I can't speak to anything other than that, but.
And the other thing is Jeff Johns has the 3 Lives of the Joker or some shit like coming out, because right now in the fucking DC universe, there's 3 different Jokers.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So finding out like what's going on with that, because they've laid hints like in every appearance that he's had, like how different he is in each incarnation.
Yeah, because wasn't that Nick in Endgame where they were showing like pictures of him in Gotham in like 1600 something? Like
yeah. So like one of them's like this immortal trickster, and then you have like the psychotic one that just is completely obsessed with Batman and almost like a stalker of Batman. You know what I mean? Who just like feels like he has this unrequited relationship with Batman, and that I love that angle to it. And then like Morrison's Joker was fucking amazing. That showed up in the Black Hand, the Black Glove, storyline. How he pushes like the boundaries and helps like to push Batman to the limit where his mind actually breaks.
Right.
Man, dude, I say that's why I love about him. He's the one villain that you can take there, because he's the one that is believable. That I can believe can take Batman there. You know.
Yeah.
Like so, it's like believable. You know.
Yeah, and then like Joker is the psychological one that can push Batman, and
right.
Bane is the one that can physically push Batman.
True. You know, and what's really funny is I've always felt that Al Ghul was like Batman's real nemesis. I've always felt like he was the one who was Batman's, meant like equal as far as the mental side of it. You know,
right?
And Ra's al Ghul's kind of like more of a mirror image of Batman.
Yeah, he almost is. And then of course, depending on what origin story you believe, that Batman was once trained by him and all that stuff or whatever. You know, and being a shadow.
Like, I've always looked at Ra's al Ghul almost like a Stockholm Syndrome mentor.
Almost,
yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, and I think that I think Batman almost has like a weird kind of respect for him.
Yeah,
but it's also at the same time, it's like I gotta stop this insane fucker, you know.
But at the same time, Ra's is trying to show him, when you finally have that bad day, be this and not that.
Right. True. And
because like him and Ra's al Ghul, like they have similar goals, but just and that's the thing with
ways of going about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have the same goals, but just different philosophies as to how to achieve them. And I think it's super interesting.
And then you got Batman's relationship with Talia, and that kind of stuff. I've always loved that storyline, and
even with the resources that fucking Bruce Wayne has, Ra's al Ghul has more.
Exactly.
It's almost like it's like, come on, buddy, I've got more than what you have.
And it's like a rich merchant versus a king.
Right. And it's like Ra's al Ghul, it's like you got Bruce's money and then old money. And it's the same. Like Ra's wants him to take over the head. He wants him to be the next Ra's.
Man, so I guess it's like something I'm thinking of. So like this Joker movie seems to me like the perfect standalone DC movie. And like you guys, or I might have said this before, I almost don't want any mention of Batman in this.
Yeah. Well,
Is there any other, and that's just me, but like, is there any other movie you can think of if DC is going to go this route of just standalone stuff? Like, or any character that you would want to see.
They could do the same thing with Bane.
Yeah.
They could, and I would
you
fucking
could-
watch the shit out of it.
Yeah,
Well,
you
yeah,
could-
well, I mean,
depending
it
on
was-
how they cast that role.
like which Bane are you going with? Like, are you
I
going
would
with
love
the newer version of Bane or the old stupid brainless idiot?
Dude, he was
He
never a
was
brainless
never that.
idiot.
He was that in that fucking Batman and Robin movie, and that was literally that was the only interpretation.
I don't know. I remember another version of it where he wasn't quite as bad in the movie, but he wasn't like a brilliant
But
guy.
the new 52 Bane, like that origin is really similar to his original origin.
Yeah.
If they could put that to screen, I think that would be cool.
I
And
mean,
they
yeah,
better
you
cast
started.
Tom Hardy again.
Dude, so I'd be in. I mean, that dude's short. I mean, he's taller than me, but he's
Dude, I know he says maybe he's done with superhero movies, but Hugh Jackman is Bane.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because starting in Santa Prisca, you have to have a young actor to go through like all the stuff, as a kid,
yeah,
and
like,
then when
literally
he
from a
grows,
baby.
yeah.
Problem is he's already so typecast as Wolverine. Everybody sees that face,
Yeah,
and
that's
they're
tough.
instantly going.
That's true.
But like, I mean,
You need an actor of that caliber, though.
you do.
You know what I
That's
mean?
a tough thing because like you want. I'm just thinking of dudes that are fucking jacked. I'm like, oh, Batista. But
Yeah.
like, is he that caliber of actor? Because I think
he's not-
Bane.
yeah.
I think Bane deserves a top.
What about the dude that played him in the Dark Knight Rises?
That's
Hardy.
That's Hardy, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Why not have them back again? Have them do
a
it
good
again.
actor, man.
I actually have the guy
I-
hasn't transitioned over to full acting yet, but I could see one guy playing him, and that
John
just
Cena.
based it. No, fuck John Cena.
I'm just playing.
Kane, the guy from WWF, Kane.
Kane?
Yeah, maybe. I
He's
don't
too
know.
busy
He's
being
like
a maker.
Yeah, he's
Think
like
about it,
teaching
though.
college courses, man.
But think about it. The guy is
Like-
extremely intelligent. He has.
Yeah,
If
he's
you watch his
well-spoken.
promos and he's well spoken. You watch his promos, shit like that. The guy can put out. If he could transition over to the acting side, you get a new face, somebody who hasn't been seen in a superhero or villain role in either universe, and that guy would fit his persona. He could do it.
You know who I'm thinking now that you mentioned Kane?
Who?
Fucking Jason Hodder. I mean, Kane Hodder. Yeah, Kane Hodder. I think that could work because I mean, if you've watched like the documentary they just did on him, and like he's had some other roles besides playing Jason. Like I think he could work.
Maybe.
And he's physical as fuck, and he's
Yeah.
jacked. He's got like he's got the perfect build for Bane.
Yeah, and that's the thing because like I think Tom Hardy really was that good balance of he's a really good actor, but he has that like, and it's not like he doesn't look like he's like a bodybuilder type physique. Like he has that like fucking like beastly physique. I don't know how to explain it. Like he doesn't look like a bodybuilder. He looks like a fucking power lifter or something. And he was that perfect balance, and like that's one of those roles that like someone was cast so well that it's almost hard to think about recasting.
Yeah,
Kinda like
it's
what we did
hard.
with Superman last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
This is a.
Oh,
this is a
speaking
character-
of just real quick in the sidebars, I saw like a meme going around that like people were like, "Fuck John Hamm as Batman, cast him as Space Ghost."
dude, that'd be funny as hell.
That would be fucking awesome. Sign me
And
up. Send me the petition.
make him be the Space Ghost from Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, hey, I just thought of 2 DC movies I'd like to see. Obviously, Ra's al Ghul, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
But how about a fucking Vandal Savage movie that starts in like prehistoric times?
Oh shit.
Like that would be
That'd be
tight as fuck, man.
Why is it the villains are a little more interesting than the heroes always? It always seems that way.
A good
is-
villain is always more
Well-
interesting than any hero.
And DC's
Yeah.
got the best villains, man.
And see, that's the thing. Most heroes are defined by their villains.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's a good point. That's a good point.
You know,
Well, the other,
That's a really
the other
good
side
point.
to that is, like, well, and Marvel, even on Marvel has a lot of very prolific heroes, but with the DC side of it, it's like DC knows how to make their villains somebody you can relate to, and somebody who you want
Yep.
you want to understand. You know, Marvel, they've got
Marvel
a few
does the
ones
same.
to a point, but
Eh.
not like DC does. DC brings out they bring out the relatable. Marvel's got a few holdouts, but every villain in the DC universe just seems to have that personality.
Yeah, I would argue Marvel has a few villains that are like
I
that.
think
They're
the
maybe
strongest
more-
Marvel villains are the X-Men ones.
Yeah, Magneto for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
Magneto
yeah,
hands
that's
Yeah.
like the
Well,
first
okay, but that's
one.
because Magneto is almost like almost like an anti-villain because his whole thing is because he just wants he's pissed off at mankind because of how they treated mutants.
Yeah, and so
Right.
And he's
you
just
need
like,
to
fuck all of y'all, we're gonna take all of you out now, you know? You know, he almost is like it's almost like I think he started out wanting to try to do like Xavier and find a way to coexist. But
Yeah.
then when the normal people of the world were not interested in that and started killing mutants for no reason, I think that's when it made him snap, and it turned him in. It corrupted his purpose.
Well, he was predisposed to that too through his experience with the
True.
the
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because then you go through
That's
his
why-
background. Exactly.
and that's
Got
why
it.
with I'm worried about with with X-Men being brought into the MCU is like what kind of origin could they give Magneto without making him, because like now if you were around in World War II you're like 60 plus years old at least, so
Yeah,
it's like without making him
yeah.
this old ass man.
Well, I mean, true. And Magneto is, I don't know. Magneto I always thought was more dangerous when he was older than he was when he was younger.
Like
Because
there's
scary.
old and then there's like old,
Yeah.
That-
Well,
I-
they need to bring back that older Magneto too, because
And
that
Yeah.
I'm really cool with that. Because the way I picture Magneto in my head is like an old dude with white hair who's still somehow fucking jacked.
right.
Like I think a good compromise of what you guys would be saying would be Mark Strong as Magneto.
Huh.
Get him a wig.
Yeah, or
Because that dude's
grows
as
hair out.
bald as all of us.
Yeah,
Speak for yourself, motherfucker. Beautiful head of hair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my bad.
I mean, well, they did it in the fucking Green Lantern movie. He had hair,
Yeah, yeah.
so I mean, they can do whatever they want. But like,
sure they
Wonders of technology.
Just staple that shit to his head. It's all good.
God, speaking of standalone movies, that's the other one DC needs to redo. Please, for the love of God, give us a new Green Lantern because it deserves.
I don't know.
it.
I'm scared. I'm scared for them to do that again. They just may want to leave that alone, dude.
I love the Green Lantern.
Yeah, I
Corps.
know, but I don't think they can do it right. I just think they're stupid. They don't do it.
like with
Marvel, take over the reins from the Green Lantern from DC before they fuck it up again.
dude, that's my theory is that I think that fucking Disney is going to buy DC.
I hope so.
Well,
They're-
who has the rights to Warner Brothers?
Warner Brothers.
So
And-
what if?
And Warner Brothers is hemorrhaging money because of all these franchises they're trying to start, like the Dark Universe that was like the old Universal monsters.
Right.
I mean, Warner Brothers is not doing well compared to other studios.
Huh.
So like, if they could just sell off the DC division. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they've owned it since the 70s.
Yeah, well,
So
maybe.
they could fucking just sell that off to fucking Disney, and I think that's going to happen probably within the next 5 years, because besides this Joker movie, they've made a mess of everything except for Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aquaman looks promising.
Aquaman
Yeah, it
does
does.
look promising, but
it does look promising. Yeah.
the thing is even though it looks promising, I don't think it's going to do as well as people think.
And honestly,
it's not-
because it's Aquaman.
like
Yeah.
I don't know if
Fuck you, Aquaman kicks ass.
Dude,
he talks to fish, dude.
Dude, you know that, I know that, but the casual moviegoer doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think Jason Momoa, because he's not box office guarantee. Look at
What's your What's your superpower? I talk to fish. All right.
So like with Aquaman, like I don't even know if I'll
I'm
see that
joking.
in theaters at this point because it's. I'm still confused with what DC's doing. And Russ, I'm sorry, but I'm getting back on my shit that I just apologized for.
Here
But
you
it's
go.
like,
You're in the bash him
like,
again.
at this point, they need to go everything connected 100% or 100% standalone. And now we're getting this Aquaman movie. It's like, well, are you still in a shared universe? Because now they're calling it Worlds of DC. So it's like you're trying to figure out if it matters or not.
That's just a rebranding, though, of the DC.
Yeah, you're right.
They had, and
Yeah,
I mean, the DCEU is a fan coin term.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
never
that's
actually
true.
said we want everything to be interconnected
like-
because they've already said, in other things, well, Batman's not in this because he's in his own universe, like trying to connect it to the other properties.
And like with a character like Aquaman, though, the only reason that I would go see that movie it was because it was a piece of a bigger puzzle.
Right.
Like just like with fucking
See, I'd go see an Aquaman movie before I'd go see a Superman.
Okay,
movie.
but you know what's funny about that? That's the reason why I went to see Doctor Strange. But then me and my son ended up loving that movie. Like
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
that's
that's
like
what they're doing
our
with-
favorite Marvel movie, right?
Yeah.
But I only went to see it because I thought I had to see it because
Because it was required
a piece of
reading.
the puzzle. It was going to give me something, right? That I needed to see. But dude, it was a great movie. I love
See,
it.
And just the stuff they're-
Doctor Strange is my favorite Marvel movie.
I don't blame you. I
Doctor
can
Strange
see
is dope.
why. I can see why. It's great, man.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing: what they're doing with Aquaman right now, and the way they've built him back up, the guy is a badass. I mean, it's he's not
Yeah.
the fish talking little goofball
I know.
anymore.
I'm just
He's fucking King Poseidon.
That movie
Yeah,
has
he's
a
pretty badass.
strong
I do.
cast, too. Yeah. It's
I
got a
actually
strong
like that
cast.
I like that they kind of redid Aquaman a little bit because he's a little more. He's more interesting now, instead of
right.
like the.
But
You know,
like the thing, the thing
Aquaman's
is,
been interesting for a long time.
yeah, you're
Yeah, I
right,
know.
Josh. Like,
I
but
know in the
pe-
comics, I know they've redone a long time ago. I know, and even on the animated shows, he's a lot better than he was in the 70s, in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
made strides with him.
Something I just thought of for like a standalone DC movie that they should do is Martian Manhunter.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You start on Mars with how Mars fell, the white Martians and all that shit, and then him coming to Earth and
There's
playing
a lot
the
of really-
detective,
There's a
playing
lot
the
of cool-
detective, and then go back and have him start fighting the white Martians, and
There's
then
a lot of
come-
cool backstory, that's awesome with him.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
an interesting character. I've always liked him.
I want a Booster Gold Blue Beetle team up movie.
yeah, you could do that shit. Just
do that with
as long
Beetle.
as fucking Keith Giffen's involved somehow. Like with the tone they're going with Shazam. I mean, they could definitely fucking
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
that movie. So, have any of you guys ever read Secret Six?
No.
Mm-mm.
No. All right. It was a idea Gail Simone came up with during like the build up to like one of the major crossovers of DC. And basically it's like 6 mercenaries who band together because they're threatened by a villain, and they have to like do these jobs for this villain or he's gonna fuck them up. One of the characters in it is Catman.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I'm familiar with Catman.
Like that's a character they could mine for like a good story. It's just like
Mhm.
DC has so many like different characters that could fucking translate to the screen that people
And
don't know about, and so like it's not that marketable. But
Nick,
like
didn't Catman start as like a kind of like a cheap Batman knockoff, and then Gail Simone just kind of picked him up and
well,
did something with them?
yeah, he's been around since the 40s. He was basically a joke character.
Yeah.
Then like Green Lantern really fucking amped up on the jokiness of him, and like had him being like this fat guy, like who couldn't do anything right. And then Gail Simone picked him up and like completely revamped the character. And
Okay, see, that's cool. That's cool.
he's kind of like Craven.
Okay.
Right.
But yeah, that'd be great. Like if they did a Secret Six movie, that would fucking rule. You know, it has Vandal Savage's daughter. I mean,
Yeah, and even these like small, like compare that. I would put that in a class of movies like Kick Ass or even Hellboy.
yeah.
Of like these really kind of smaller comic book stories, but the movies have been successful. You know, or V for Vendetta even.
Like yeah, and they have like again, DC has so many properties, like fucking New Gods.
Yeah. I mean,
know,
they're
you
making a
fucking-
fucking Doom Patrol movie.
Yeah.
Like that's like filming right now.
Now,
Yeah.
is it a movie? Is it a movie or a series? Because I thought it was on the DC universe.
Oh shit, that I don't know.
Yeah.
All I saw was set photos, and I assumed
Yeah.
movie, but I don't know about that.
Oh, you guys are DC universing me out here. I can't
No, man.
too much. It's I think what it is because I like so much. I like a lot of it, and there's a lot of it I don't like. So I have such mixed emotions. I get kind of like.
I
just
get
kinda
sad because I love the comics and that.
I think that's what it is too. And I see what the movies are doing too. And some stuff I like about the movies, and other things I can't stand. You know, and I'm just like, God damn it, dude! Why can't you just give me something all good? You know,
Right?
Yeah.
But it's depressing.
All right. Do we want to move on to the next topic?
Sure.
Yeah. Sam, you want to take the lead on this?
Yeah, I can take it.
Excuse me.
So, it looks like Bandai and Bluefin, I guess there's like an American company kind of taking the reins on everything, which is, if you're into Dragon Ball Z figure art stuff, which I don't know, probably none of you guys are, but there used to be no problem getting that stuff here in the US, but maybe, I don't know if this has gone back a year, but I know the group that I go through for pre-orders for all that stuff, like there would always have like a certain amount of pre-orders, and then like we would put them in, we'd be guaranteed that much. But I think probably about 6 months ago was the first time this happened. Was like the guy who we all bought from came and was like, so Bluefin just like cut my orders in half basically.
Really?
And what it did was it like skyrocketed the value of those figures. Basically like just out of thin air, because Bandai was doing all these like these toy shows in the US. Like I know they have like the Dragon Ball Z tour. So like that's what they said, was that they were pulling a bunch of figures to put like to basically to sell at the shows, and like that was their number one priority. So like you get a figure that retail for $60, like basically with that announcement, like the best you could get it for was like for 100 or 110 or something. So I guess what Bluefin is trying to do is get a better idea of like what they need to do with their distribution, and I guess this is their way of doing it. So we'll see.
Are they trying to kind of strike a more favorable deal with Bandai to say, hey, you need to guarantee us a certain volume or a certain amount of
so I will read this
merchandise?
part. It says, so Bandai Namco, I guess that's the company. Like they acquired Bluefin, which was the old distributor for this Bandai, and it's SH art stuff basically. They said to strengthen, and this is I'm quoting, to strengthen and speed up its merchandise sales across in the North American hobby collectors market. Use Bluefin's local business knowledge in organizing fan-oriented events, and use existing distribution networks. So what I'm hoping comes as a result of this is that you see more of this stuff in GameStops and Barnes and Noble, and kind of just go from there. And
for a while there, you were starting to see SH Figure Arts popping up a bunch in Barnes and Noble. Like I was seeing.
Yep, and you can still pretty much anything new that comes out, you can find there if you're lucky, but it sells out quick. So I think that's like maybe one of the
Right.
things they're trying to address.
One of the other things that I'm hoping that this leads to
Yeah.
is, I'm a big fan of model kits,
Right.
especially Gundam kits and the
Right.
Bandai Star Wars kits. Bandai is the producer of all those. The
Okay.
only way you can get those kits in the United States through a retailer is through distribution by Bluefin.
Right.
A lot of the markup on the kits compared to what they cost in Japan and Korea is almost double the price here in the States. I mean, yeah, the kits aren't too terribly expensive for some. Like your standard high grade kits usually average anywhere from $12 to $25, depending on the actual kit itself. But that same kit can be bought for $8 to $15 in Japan on the average.
Yeah, and then when you talk about the high end kits, like what is it?
You've got high grade, you've got real grade, you've got master grade, and you've got perfect grade.
Right.
The perfect grades are the kits that go from anywhere for $100 to $200 or more dollars for the most part.
Yeah, they're like $400 to $500 over here though.
No, they're about. It depends on the kit itself. There's no set price on them.
It does vary from kit to kit.
Mm-hmm. But like your standard master grades usually run about $35 to $60, depending, on the kit. Some are more expensive, some are less expensive. But it also what comes into play with that is the distribution through Bluefin. Is one of the things.
Right.
A lot of these kits, and when they hit the U.S. retailers, they may not get as many and they're in higher demand. So I'm hoping that will help with the issue, and I'm also hoping that by having a controlling interest in the company that taking over Bluefin, that will get P Bandai kits in the U.S.
Yeah, I'm glad
those have always been hard to get here.
I'm glad you mentioned the Star Wars kits, Josh, because I think Disney's deal with Bandai, with Hasbro, is that I think Hasbro gets the rights to sell 6-inch Star Wars figures in the U.S. And that's why it was so hard. Because like with the kits, the vehicles, you could get those imported easier than like the figure kit. But I saw a fucking Boba Fett figure kit at Barnes & Noble last weekend. I'm like thinking if maybe this stuff's rolling down the pike, but then the guy
was that Bandai or was that the Koto?
It was Bandai. Bandai, yeah. The Kotobukiya stuff's like 1/10 scale, and it's mostly statues. So Bandai does the fully articulated kits. But the guy who, it's the Ageless Geeks group on Facebook, and the guy's name's Alex Blass. He is like who I pre-order everything through. So basically, when you get an exclusive, like an SH Figure Arts Star Wars piece, you're based like if you get it from Ami or like Nippon Yasan or something, like one of those import sites, you're paying them extra to basically they buy it and then just give it to you with they make their money back plus a little bit more. But what he was saying was that it's probably going to be like the same team of people that run it, even though they have like different bosses. So he's saying like nothing basically is going to change for him. So it's kind of interesting to see how that might play out.
See, like the limited knowledge I have of this stuff, it almost seems to me like a Shark Tank deal. Do you know what I mean? Like these people come up with a product and then they go to the Shark Tank to help with distribution. And I think that's what's going on here is that, Bandai is a little bit bigger than Bluefin. And so they're going to be able to, push out more product and like synergize better.
Right.
And that's what I'm hoping, because I mean, like Bluefin literally all they are is distributors. So
they're kind of like Entertainment Earth.
Yeah, I'm hoping with this, like they can just get more of the because like people want this shit.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping they can just with this get it into people's hands, and like I'd love to see this shit in more stores. to be able to go and buy it in person. You know, like I think seeing it in Target and Walmart's kind of a stretch at this point, but
right. But GameStop and Barnes and Noble is
like
still
they,
on the table.
and it's
Definitely
still
look at
and
that.
that's even as a spotty thing because it's some GameStops,
Oh,
it's some
that's true,
Barnes and
'cause, I mean,
Nobles. You
And
know,
I've got a couple GameStops around near they're close to me, and really only one of them has a lot of collectibles. The rest of them are still more video games and collectibles still, yo.
So it's like,
And
But that's actually a slow process thing they're doing right now.
It
GameStop
is.
the plan
Yeah.
is to roll out and split all stores to be half Think Geek, half GameStop. So you're
right. It's getting
like,
there. It's getting there, but
I mean,
a lot of them are still spotty what they have.
In like I have a Think Geek store near me, and
Okay.
like they only get certain figure arts. Like they've only got like the
Right.
DC shit.
That's how my GameStop is.
Yeah, so like
certain
hopefully they can pump more product into different stores.
I have seen some SH Figure Arts Naruto figures that they have had, and I was like, oh, cool.
The only, like,
I've not even been at my GameStop in almost 2 years, well over a year.
the only ones my GameStop ever seems to get are like they got the Nintendo related ones, and
Yeah,
I saw
Yeah.
when I was there over the weekend, I saw I think 1 or 2 Dragon Ball figures.
Well, that's the thing. So maybe this deal that they have will help them with better distribution and getting their product out more to more places. I mean, I agree with you, Sam. I doubt you'll ever see Walmart or Target carrying anything like that.
yeah,
I don't know, man. Target might.
I could see,
know?
I could see that in the future.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
with
Target.
that deal they just struck with NECA and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Depending on how that goes.
yeah, and I think it'll go well if they can just get some. They can get NECA product. I think get some NECA product in there, other than like the, just the horror movie characters. It seems like that's all I ever see in there.
And it's like my only experience with this is like seeing it at Barnes and Noble, and what I notice is that when I do go there, they never have any Dragon Ball Z stuff, but it's because people are buying it.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I think the demand's high. And Rob, next time you go to a GameStop, if they have any Dragon Ball stuff, hit me up and show me what they got. I might have to have you grab something for me.
I'm going to that GameStop tomorrow. I know they're older ones.
Yeah, well, hit me up, man, because I'm always there's always a couple things I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'll hit you up.
And maybe with this distribution, they'll hit in new markets because like my LCS won't carry fucking figure arts because they're a huge loss leader. People steal that
People
shit.
steal them. Yeah. No. You know what? I can see that.
Damn, dude.
That's what they make the split
From a
cases
comic
for.
stop or from a comic store?
From a comic store, yeah. Like they won't carry them.
Damn.
Yeah,
And trying to get them to order that shit is a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
because of the
my
caseloads and
LCS
shit.
Yeah. My LCS used to have them. I think they still do, but they would be so like the SHF Ninja Turtles, for example, they retailed for about $60. They had them there for there were 110 each. So they would have them at these fucking crazy markups, and for me, I'm like, yeah, I want to support my LCS, but it they're like 200% markup. Like I can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's I'm just gonna get this shit online like I've been doing.
My LCS wouldn't even order the Transformers comics for me. They've got like a couple Marvel comics and then a wall of Warhammer, and that's pretty much all they'll do.
Yeah.
The LCS is local comic store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, I got one by my terminal. They actually do quite a bit of really cool shit. Like I've seen them get Hot Toys in now. They've been doing the Figma and some of the SH figure art stuff. They're trying to get more, but that's kind of along the type of what we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
they struggle to get the product.
And I think it's a tough buy-in because, like you said, like with the caseloads, you have to buy a lot,
and they'll do it. But the problem is, I guess Bandai and dealing with that shit has been traditionally such a huge pain. And like they'll put in the orders and the product won't show up, or
like I was.
It's not really Bandai. It's Diamond because you got to think these.
Yeah, and
they're going through 2 different distribution companies for everything.
Is Diamond getting it from
Diamond
Bluefin?
gets shit from Bluefin.
Ah,
Yeah.
So- Yeah,
So,
they're
like-
kind of jumping through a lot of different hoops there, and a lot of extra fucking middlemen that you
Yeah.
don't need. So
I mean, I know like that same shop, they get Hot Toys, Mayfex, all those, but Revoltech, they've been getting Revoltech now too, and they've got no problems getting that shit.
Yeah.
Right, but like
yeah, I wonder where that comes from.
Diamond like fucks the retailers hard because they're
Oh, yeah.
if you know they're the only ones that they can go through for comics.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is with like some of those companies, I know. Talking to this shop is actually part of like there's 5 or 6 in the Midwest region, and they group buy it all together. They were able to, like, for the Hot Toys, I think they go direct to Sideshow, and then there's some of those other ones they can buy them direct, but Bandai will not sell direct. They have to, unless you're talking like distribution levels, that Bandai won't even talk to them.
Yeah, and like the way they do it for comic shops that aren't like mass retailers, the caseloads that they have to buy is prohibitive.
Right.
Because my shop had one set of like the Ghost Rider and Black Widow fucking legends, and he was like, because I wanted a Ghost Rider so that I could give the bike to my select figure. And it has the chain and everything. And he's like, dude, I'd have to order a whole case just to fucking give you one.
Damn.
Yeah.
That might not even be worth it,
Yeah. Because
if it might could sit there, but
yeah. I mean, if they're not moving the product, I mean, it's a loss.
yeah. But yeah, so like a lot of like with Star Wars figure arts, like every one of these different figure arts lines is like a different world. Like with Star Wars, a lot of the stuff they do is like those web exclusives. But the guy who I go through gets them direct from Japan, so I pay basically just retail. So like they'll retail for like the retail $65, give or take, maybe $70. But since they're web exclusives, like if you get them from an import site, they're going to be like at least 90. So that's, to me, is like that's what I'm wondering if we're going to see a change in that, because like most people aren't in that one Facebook group that I'm in. So like going on Ami or Hobby Link Japan or something, like that's their only option. So I wonder if there's going to be more avenues to get those exclusives.
Well, I know sometimes those are the options to where if you want to get it for a halfway decent price.
Wait, yeah, Russ, you buy Star Wars figure arts, right?
Yeah, and it does.
Like, dude, look at like Qui-Gon retailed for $85, like the upcharge was $110. Now the cheapest you can get them for is like $250.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Qui-Gon, with Padme, with Episode 2 Anakin. Like, and then the Episode 3 Anakin's coming out this week. So we'll see what happens with them.
At that point, you're almost better off going to a Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that wasn't the Qui-Gon though a mall exclusive.
Yeah, but I paid $70 for mine.
No shit, did you really? You got that for
Yeah.
70? Good for you. Wow.
Right when it came out. I mean, that's the thing with stuff with that figure art stuff. You gotta get it right when it comes out. Even if it doesn't end up being worth much. I mean, you can flip it and at least get your money back. But
yeah, no. I mean, because that kind of shit just jumps up in price because it's first of all it's limited. It's a lot limited in number how much they make.
Yeah,
it's availability as well.
Yeah, and that Anakin, the Episode 3 one that's coming out, I think like next week or the week. I got 3 of them bitches coming.
I think Anna's got that coming. Anna's got that one coming.
I got a few just in case.
But yeah, Prime says Star Wars. E Prime says Star Wars figure arts and Target. Let's go. I'm with you there, man.
Dude, I would buy them just because I saw them there, even if I already owned it. I'd just be so happy to get them.
Oh, they'd definitely be safe with the Star Wars franchise. Anything Star Wars sells like mad.
Yeah, even at that price point of like the $450 range, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like those Star Wars figure
Mhm.
arts, you got to get in on the pre-order, especially like the original trilogy stuff. And it's like, since you never know like what's gonna pop off, you just got to get in on everything.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're gonna be into the line. And but yeah, Rob, that's a good point. Like, it's like people are paying, and I see Energon Addict in the chat. I mean, it's like he can speak to this too. Like that Anakin, that Qui-Gon, like people are paying $250 for those. Same thing with Padme. Like, you may as well just get the Hot Toys version of
Oh
them.
yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're getting to that price, yeah. So, but I don't know, man. It's strange how some of that shit jumps up like it does. It's nuts, man. But
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you just never know what it's gonna be.
yeah, I mean, hell, there's some 6-inch black figures that are crazy expensive on the aftermarket.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. So,
Got Vader for a long time that was going for stupid money, wasn't he?
yeah. Darth Maul, definitely.
Yeah, Darth
Great
Maul
stuff.
is insane.
Yeah.
And then, the
one of the Hans was jumping up
There
really.
was a hot,
Yeah.
I'm hoping when because they're going to be re-releasing a lot of the ones that they did originally in the first waves that they did. I'm hoping that they do a new Darth Maul because I'd like to get my hands on one of those.
Yeah.
they have wait, Russ. They got that SHF one with like the cloth robe coming.
Do they really?
They're showing it at toy shows. I would wait for that one, man. But yeah, like the Black Series, they're releasing that IG-88 Bosk and like the Pilot Luke.
Right, and they're also doing re-releasing Boba Fett as well. So
Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Where? Yeah, every basically all those money ones, they're getting popped back out again. I think that's cool that Hasbro's doing that. Like, people are pissed because the resale value is going down, but you know what? Sell it now because some idiot doesn't know that they're getting re-released. Throw them on eBay. Scalp them.
Well, stop trying to ask insane prices for God. Stop trying to charge like $70-$80 for
shit, dude. I mean,
stop trying to treat toys as investments. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, if people will pay that much,
play with the shit.
Like, to me, I'm like, go out there and get your money.
No, sure.
But
but okay, that's true. But don't get mad when they re-release shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, be smart about it. Be smart about it. Know what you got. Know when you got to sell it.
I want a Boba Fett figure. He's one of my favorite characters. I never got to get one. So
I got both of the Mafex ones, and they are perfect. How
are they? Are you good?
They're fucking great, man. The
Mafex is awesome. I
almost said I don't know if I'll get the SHF one, but I will just because of that investment reason that I was just talking about. But
I'll be honest with you.
The Mafex ones are so good that I don't need to replace them.
What, Rob?
What did you say, Rob?
I said this stuff y'all are talking about is the whole reason I don't collect Star Wars toys.
Oh, because of how crazy it gets. Oh, it does get.
Yeah, you just got.
Apparently, the stuff we're talking about is giving Dave a boner.
Yeah,
that's the greatest boner ever.
The Star Wars. I love it.
I love Dave.
Shout
out to Dave.
Yeah.
Hey, what you want to talk about?
Move on to another topic.
Nonsense, man.
Have we run Star Wars? Are we talking to the ground?
Yeah, I want to move on to this.
Go all night about that, so let's keep moving.
I want to move on to this Make Toys shit.
We can sum it up real quick. 2 words. Fuck Make Toys.
Yeah.
What's this?
Basically, to hide the waffles in Make Toy Seekers, Make Toy Seekers, their wings are waffled as fuck, and Make Toys themselves are doing an add-on kit to hide the waffles now that you're going to have to pay for.
Basically, they shipped you half the figure, and they're going to make you pay for the fucking rest of it.
And I don't care about the wings that much. My fucking thing is the goddamn wrists.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's that gap in the wrist too, right?
Yeah.
It is a slight, minuscule gap. It's not that bad. Come on.
I haven't.
The gap on the wrist isn't. Yeah, the gap on the wrist on that isn't any worse than the gap on the forearm on MP10.
Yeah,
I think it's a lot worse, man. Light will shine through it. You know what I mean? Like it's I cannot fucking stand it. Like, yeah, the overall sculpt and presence of the figure is amazing. It's better than what fucking Hasbro and Takara did, but at the same time, like, if Make Toys does it, you expect them to do a complete figure. You don't expect to have to fucking go back and buy fucking add-on kits for a figure that you're already paying $120.
Well, the fucked up part, it's not like it's a third-party add-on kit from a different company. It's fucking Make Toys selling you the rest of the figure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask this shit. I don't collect masterpiece stuff, and I don't like. I obviously didn't buy those figures, but I just have a couple questions. Like, was that the waffles and the wings? Was that addressed before, like when they were showing prototyping?
The fucking protos had
Like
these fillers in them.
yeah.
Oh, damn, for real?
It's like they took the shit off and said, "Here, we're gonna sell this later."
Rob's got some serious Mad Echo going on
Yeah, man, I
now.
want to.
Sorry, I gotta calm it down, man. I get fired up over this one.
Nah, this is fucking. It's fucking stupid. It's not like Perfect Effect or fucking Dr. Wu did this. It's Make Toys,
Yeah,
and they're just like, oh, well, sorry, and then they're fucking crowdfunding repaints.
Yeah. Then that's a tricky one for me because I feel like, wait, what did they crowdfund? It wasn't it the yellow one?
Yeah,
I feel like if that's the best, like for a repaint like that, that's kind of obscure. Like, do you think that's the best way to do it or no?
Well, out of the secondary seekers, I think Sunstorm and Acid Storm are probably the most popular.
hey, I gotta address BE Prime's comment. Fuck fans toys too.
Damn. Oh, y'all got KFC tonight, Rob? I just saw that in the background.
Yeah,
Apparently, I haven't even cooked yet.
I got hella hungry.
KFC gravy.
But yeah, I like I said, I'm not into like masterpiece Transformers, so I'm like, that's why I'm asking all these questions as an outside observer. You know,
You know, I'm all right on the crowdfunded stuff. It doesn't bother me because it was an obscure deal.
But they're not that obscure. Like,
yeah, I mean they're seeker repaints, so I guess they could they get their money either way.
Well, it was MMC did that with that art fire too, didn't they?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff I'm not terribly hurt over just because it gauges the interest in obscure characters.
Yeah.
Right, but Artfire is a lot more. Artfire is a lot more obscure than fucking, a Sunstorm or Acid Storm.
True.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're releasing like BitLink and Hotlink. It's fucking Acid Storm and Sunstorm,
So-
who Hasbro's already done.
If Make Toys is gonna make these things to fill in the wings to you, what's the best way to get them to you? Either sell them independently, or pack them in with another figure, or be
Fucking
like,
Ship
bet-
them to the-
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, give me the receipt that you bought
Yeah,
Howling Meteor, and we're gonna ship it to you.
yeah. Because I mean, this is insane. You sold a figure that you showed with these fillers already in the prototype mode.
Yeah, and that's what I didn't
Yeah.
know going into this, that they had showed them with
Yeah.
that. Okay, damn.
And dude, if they do a gap filler for the fucking wrists, that's gonna be even fucking crazier.
How do you do a gap filler for a millimeter wrist? Come on, it's not that bad.
It is.
Come
man.
off it. It is not.
It's the entire reason I didn't fucking upgrade to Make Toy Seekers.
It's a lot. It's not as bad in person. It really isn't. But those fucking waffle wings are terrible. And
And
whole
you know what?
bag-
Starscream on my shelf right here. I can't see those fucking waffle wings at all. I don't have a problem.
I probably
don't
wouldn't be so pissed off about it, except they showed the figure complete as a proto. So that
Dude,
tells me they
I look
took
at it
parts
like
off
this.
and went,
I
"Fuck
look
you."
at it. I look at it like this. All images usually have a disclaimer. Final product may
product
differ
may vary.
from image.
Yeah.
I gave them my $120.
Final
Uh,
product may be shittier than the proto.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, I am 100% satisfied. I'm not upset at all.
Yeah.
If they want to offer gap fillers, I can see why somebody would be upset. However, you're not being forced to buy them. Are you going to pay 20, 25 bucks for 5 or 6 little panels to go on the back of the wings to be on the back of a figure that you're not going to be staring at? You know, I mean, that's a personal decision. Personally, I don't have a problem with it. And if I ever decide to, you know what, maybe I do want to fill in those gaps. Okay, I'll pony up the dough. But personally, I don't have a fucking problem with it. That's just me. I can see why people would be upset. But, I also do agree if they showed them on the prototype and then didn't put them in and then offering this as a purchase option, that's kind of fucked up. I think they should say anybody that's bought one, show us your invoice from buying one. We'll send you this,
And I think companies have done that
and in the
before.
future, pack them in.
Yeah.
Either that or they should have raised the retail $10 and did it.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Like, this may be a weird case scenario. The Seekers is one of the few figures I've got where I actually will display them in both modes. I'll flip them back and forth. And when I display them in jet mode, I've actually had them hung above my desk before so you can see the whole bottom of the jet, and I'll kick them off so you can see the side and they're banking in a turn. So when I saw that thing transformed, it looks great in a bot mode, but as soon as you transform it, it's like Hasbro leader class shit with them waffled wings. I couldn't do that with it, so I didn't order it. And when I saw the fillers, it pissed me off because I originally wanted that figure when I saw the prototypes.
Dude, when you're displaying a jet, how are you displaying it? Are you looking at it? Are you hanging it from your ceiling so you can look at the underside of the fuselage?
When
or
I
are
had
you
them
gonna have
displayed,
it on a flat stand?
No, well, the way I had the flight stands, I would put them up and you could see it the same way. But when I had them hung, I had them hung banked so you could see both sides. You could see the top if you looked on the one side and the bottom from the other. They were like banked into turns, splitting off from a formation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and they're like the only figures that I really ever display in alt mode too. So that's why I got turned off from the Make Toys versions because I wanted to get rid of these bloody MP11 molds like nobody's business. But
I hear you. I just don't. I can understand. I just don't. I can understand being disappointed and being irritated, but just flat out anger, that I don't get. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Outrage.
And it was the whole thing of it was there in the proto, it was there in a lot of the promo stuff, and then all of a sudden it's not there, and you're thinking, all right, well, they just changed the design. Now here they are trying to charge you more for the shit that was there before. It's like,
and that is frustrating. I agree.
yeah, that's the frustrating part.
Josh, you got to understand some stuff is like that. That is kind of like a point of view thing right there. Like shit that you would be okay with on that figure.
Exactly.
Like, people are not going to be okay with, right? And I do the same shit because I hear some people bashing a figure. And I'll be like, oh, it's not that bad. Get out of here. You're over here.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll do the same thing. I'll bash something, and other people will be like, I think you're being too hard on it.
Kind of like a risk gap.
Anyway.
That's inexcusable to me. I don't care.
You're inexcusable.
No.
You're inexcusable.
You know what? Nick, I agree with you on. I mean, especially if they showed it in the like in the render initially, and then in the final, why would you do that? Why would you take that out?
Exactly. If they had never showed those
to me.
filled, I'd have a completely different opinion. If it would have been, okay, people are having an issue with this. Let's really make an upgrade kit for it.
Yeah, and Rob, I'm completely on the outside looking on this, but I think for them to show it finished in the proto means that they had the piece sitting somewhere
exactly
for the whole time. So I think that does seem crazy to me because let's say they included it and up the price. For me personally, I would rather pay more and get a little bit more than pay less and get less. So
yeah,
like that's the way I look at toys. Is like you get what you pay for.
And
He
the
just
thing,
said in the
this
chat, he said they'll probably sell a lighter face for Starscream next. Here's the thing: if you get Skywarp or Thundercrackers, they come with additional lighter faces. You can just use one of them on the Starscream.
That's true. You could, yeah.
But
I actually like
they went to an accuracy. Starscream had a darker face
Yeah,
than
that's
the other two in the cartoon.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
never-
he has
I
the
never,
darker face.
thought that was wild. I just thought that was appropriate. The way
And
it's-
the darker face actually doesn't look as dark in person either. It looks
No,
a lot
it
darker.
probably just doesn't photograph well.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's what it is.
Use a flash on it, and it does look fine in pictures.
Yeah.
But, you know.
MMC's Trailbreaker was like that too. It's an all black head and face,
Mhm.
but with the details on it, it actually looks a lot better in person than it does on a picture. You just can't get it to shoot for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that Thundercracker and Skywarp that they did though. I know something about those two, man. Their colors look badass. I was like,
Yeah, that's the frustrating part about the whole thing is
yeah.
I would have been all in on them if it wasn't for the subtraction of those pieces.
See, I'll tell you what, Rob. They're I go to a different way with the Seekers. My Seekers are the only masterpiece figures that I have that I do display in their alt mode. I don't display them in bot mode. I love their jet modes. So
exactly.
That's why if I was to buy that shit would bother me.
Yeah,
because I like
mine actually.
Stand, you know?
I bounce mine back and forth, but legit, they probably spend more time in jet mode than they do in
the jet modes are
robot
just all amazing looking, you know.
Phenomenal.
So I get that.
I got those old MP03, whatever the ones that the hit kibble were. That's the whole reason I keep them is because they.
But you gotta remember in G1 they were the Seekers were the Decepticons that probably spent the most time in their alt modes.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I think that's important for them.
So
you're gonna have the whole fleet of them.
Yeah. I mean, I wish third party would really try to do better with that stuff. I mean, they've gotten better than it used to be by far. Okay, but that's the kind of shit that just turns people off. It gives you a shitty name. You know, you gotta.
Yeah.
You know, and Make Toys is already kind of on everyone's shit list after the shit they pulled with that figure last year. You know, and pissed a lot of people off with the whole. 1 minute they're selling it, and then it's like, oh well, sales aren't good enough. We're not going to sell it. No, now we are going to sell it again.
I forgot about that with that Starscream, right?
Armada Starscream.
Yeah, Armada, right?
Yeah. Galaxy Meteor.
And now they're doing
Galaxy Meteor, exactly.
Yeah, now they're doing the full line.
Yeah, and then they had all of them. So that's wild, but.
Yeah, I just think they're already kind of on some people's shit list. So when you pull shit like this, this doesn't help you. You know, you're already kind of.
That's the thing. It's not an isolated incident.
Exactly. You're already have the reputation of being kind of. But people think that Make Toys is a shady company now. That they are, and they're not. You know, and here's the thing: I don't care who you are. You start losing faith in your customer base. And that's not good, dude. And the next thing you know, you're the next one out of business. You know, it's not cool.
And the sad part about it is they legit make a really good product.
Oh, I know. I love Cross Dimension. So
God, yeah. I know there's the whole hashtag letdownbeat thing going, but I thought Downbeat was phenomenal. That figure is great.
Hashtag waiting for Hova.
You'll be hashtag
gonna be in the grave. What are they on the 4th or 5th company now?
Yeah.
God damn, it's just terrible. Anyway. All right, we beat that one to death.
Yeah. Horse is dead, turned into glue, and being used in arts and crafts. Somebody's making macaroni pictures with it.
Nice. What's this?
Right. So last week we didn't hit on this, but there is a PS1 Classic version coming out.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
This thing has me pretty excited. Some of the games preloaded on it. I'm sure there are ones you guys are going to mention that I don't, but the big ones to me were Final Fantasy VII, Tekken 3, and isn't Chrono Trigger on it?
They haven't said yet, but they did say that Wild Arms is.
Yeah.
Which is also a great Western style RPG from the PS1.
Or was it Chrono Cross?
No, they haven't said either Chrono.
Chrono Trigger was on PS1. That was one of the
Chrono Trigger was on Super NES. Chrono Cross was on PS1, and then Chrono Trigger was released in the Final Fantasy Anthology series with Final Fantasy 6, I think it was. In a
I've got
set.
Yeah, there's a 2-disc set. It's Chrono Trigger and
Final Fantasy 6.
I want to say it's 3.
Maybe it was 5. Because 4, 5, and 6 were released on the PlayStation in Anthology series. One of them was packed with Chrono Trigger. The other one was packed with the other Final Fantasy.
Yep. I gotta look at all my shits in boxes, or I'd tell you.
Yeah, mine's about 25 feet away over on the shelf, and I'd have to dig through a stack of games. So,
but yeah, it was a Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger. So that was after they did Chrono Cross first, and then did that. As,
yeah, Chrono Cross was released first
for the PS1. Yeah, I know Chrono Trigger was.
Yeah. My bad.
But we do know Final Fantasy 7 is on there.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7. Ian and Dave are shouting out his chat.
Yeah, it's gonna have.
I'm gonna buy it.
It's going to have two controllers packed with it. The original PlayStation controllers before the dual stick, the dual analog.
Yep.
Before the dual shock. So that's a nice throwback. And it's going to be USB powered, so you can connect it to like a PS4 or your PC, and it's got HDMI output, and you can play it that way. There is a USB AC adapter, but that is sold separately. Somebody else made the comment. It's like, well, what the hell? Why aren't they giving you a power cable? It's like,
everybody's
getting a power cable. You're getting a power cable. You're getting a USB power cable. That's how it is.
Yeah.
You want to plug it into a wall, pay 10 extra bucks for the adapter. It keeps the cost of the overall units down.
And who doesn't have a million freaking USB bricks at this point in time?
Exactly. Is it going to have the Ridge Racer game on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ridge Racer 4 I know was confirmed. Wasn't it?
No shit, really? All right.
No,
that was
okay.
That was a fun game.
Yeah, they haven't announced all 20 titles that are going to be pre-loaded on it. They only announced like 5.
Yeah, that was a killer game, man. That was awesome back in the day. Shit.
So here's a question for
go ahead.
As I say, here's a question for you guys. We know these. Was it? I think they got 5 of them listed so far out of the 20.
Yeah, I'm looking up the list right now.
I'm trying to find some information on. I can't. Okay, I found something now here.
What are your PS1 mainstays that you'd like to see as the other 15? Though?
Oh, I see.
That's what I'm getting ready to pull up.
Here it is. You got Ridge Racer Type 4. Yep. Okay, I see.
To me, they need to have the first Twisted Metal needs to be on there.
Yeah,
I think they'll probably go with Twisted Metal 2 instead of regular Twisted Metal.
You think so?
Twisted Metal 2 was really good, dude.
It was better.
It was fantastic.
That's when I got into it. It was Twisted Metal 2.
So
I don't know.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7, Ridge Racer Type 4, Tekken 3, Wild Arms, and Jumping Flash are the 5 confirmed.
I like Tekken.
Dave says shit better have Tomb Raider, Crash Bandicoot, and Resident Evil.
Yeah,
that would be
Resident Evil 2.
2 was better than 1.
2 was better than the first one.
Metal Gear Solid should definitely be on there.
Oh, for sure.
Wow.
But the question there is, will Konami
Gran Turismo 2 should definitely be on there.
Oh, Gran Turismo? Jesus God.
I think the second one should be on there.
That's another insane game.
Here's the problem. Here's a problem I see with Resident Evil ever showing up on there, though. Konami is extremely fucking anal retentive about that shit right now. I think it's Konami.
Sure.
It's not Konami.
Or no, not Konami. Capcom was Resident Evil, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I know
Konami did Metal Gear.
Konami has
money with their licenses, man. That's why it's like hard to get Capcom figures.
See, that's what I'm wondering is if they'll let them even put it on there.
I would nut if Armored Core was on there.
Oh, Armored Core was another great one too.
I loved.
Armored Core. That was Damn, that was a crazy game, dude. I remember that shit.
I'm gonna throw one out there that's a long shot too, and I doubt it'll ever see the light of day. Mega Man Legends. Dude, that was my
No.
jam on PS.
I bought the Nintendo Classic, the NES Classic, right, the other day.
Yeah.
I went and picked one up. And Anna and I've been playing the fuck out of this game, right? She's been playing Zelda and shit, the original Legend of Zelda and stuff. And I played Punch Out and got my ass whipped. It was really fun. Right?
Oh yeah.
but I played Tecmo Bowl, the original Tecmo Bowl, and I was like, this game is so shitty, but I like it, right? But I really think the fun thing about this whole retro game thing is that I remember how awesome these games were when we were kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now, I can still appreciate them for how awesome they are. Now my kids look at these games, and my son just shakes his head and goes, "How ancient," you know. And I go, "Okay, I get it. He didn't come up with that. He came up with much better, and I get that, you know."
Mm-hmm.
But God, simplicity is great sometimes.
Over here, we have our retro systems usually hooked up, and our kids play the nuts off them. They love the retro games.
Well, my son has played this far. The furthest back my son goes is the Super NES.
Yeah,
that's the farthest back he goes. And my daughter plays her GameCube a lot. That's what she still plays.
Yeah.
But that's about as far back as they go. Like neither one of them has ever really messed with original NES games. You know, that's that my kids is too far back for them. Like my son thinks he thinks that's back in the ancient video game days. He can't get that far back.
Mine will go right back to the NES. They actually play that probably more than the other retro systems we've got.
Right. I can see why. It's really cool. It's fun, and they're fun games. They're simple and fun,
The nice part about these classic systems, though, and we kind of mentioned this in the chat a while, or when we first started talking about this, hooking these retro systems up to any modern entertainment center is a pain in the ass and a bunch of hackery. These new retro consoles, man, plug in an HDMI cable and you're away.
That's it. They're made to pretty much plug and play, and it's really fun. That's true. And I this thing was a piece of cake, and I love how tiny it is. It's like a little miniature NES. I love it. It's just great. I dig it so much. I'm looking at it right now. I'm just staring at it. I'm like, oh, that's so fun.
You Prime mentioned a few good ones. Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes,
Parasite Eve, and Silent Hill. Silent Hill was fun.
Oh, they can't put that out with the original Silent Hill. Yeah, that's a requirement. But are they going to be able to? That's another one where the license went completely shitfest. Look at what happened with the whole.
I don't think it's so much an issue with the licenses because they can get the licenses because a lot of these games, they've had available for years to download on the PlayStation Store.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's true.
It's which titles are going to be the most appealing to make it to because regardless, 20 games, even if you sold them at $5 a game, like they do digitally, that's over $100. $100 right there. This system is selling for $100 total. So, I mean, that's a pretty good value. So
it is, but you better make the games make the games. The games need to grab attention. What's on it is going to be what people buy it for.
Well, they've already announced, some pretty big ones. Tekken 3, Final Fantasy 7, and Ridge Racer 4
I
are
wonder
three
if they're
very
going to make it
popular
where
ones.
you can load more games on it.
I was just about to bring that up. I was going to say, Josh, bring
doubt it.
That would be the
not load, but would they open up like a pseudo PS shop, the PlayStation Store,
almost like what Nintendo's doing?
For the price point of the system itself, I seriously doubt it. It probably won't have any online capability because then you're talking about extra hardware in there, which would up the price point. And at that point, it's just like,
yeah. But look at the PlayStation TV. This really isn't any more. PlayStation TV was basically the same level of hardware, and I'm guessing they kind of just repacked it. And the PlayStation TV's got that's all online. Like the entire thing is digital purchase.
Well, the reason why I was saying is because
we know Sony likes money.
Yeah,
look at their $150 memory cards.
Right.
And Walter mentioned two more. I would love to see Street Fighter versus X-Men. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, or Marvel versus Capcom.
But fucking Manhunt.
Was on PS2.
Oh, really?
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
you're
on
right, you're right.
PS2.
Well, wait, was Manhunt on both platforms?
No,
Because
just
remember,
PS2.
it was okay. Because I remember there were some
Yeah.
games.
It doesn't come out until about 2004.
When they first came out with the PS2. Remember the PS2 had the capability to play PlayStation 1 games. Some PlayStation, not all of them. But they and they were making it when they were doing in the middle of the switch from the 1 to the 2. They were making games for both systems still for a minute.
Yeah.
And then so I didn't know if maybe it came out after they stopped making games for the 1 altogether.
Yeah, I think it came out in like 2003, late 2003 or early 2004,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was on the PS1 because
Yeah, you're probably right. If it came out then it probably was well past them doing new stuff, new content for the PlayStation 1. So
Right.
but that's a pretty cool game.
Yeah, it was.
I played it on the PS2, but I didn't know if it was also available on the PS1 too. So
Which was the original Grand Theft Auto? That was PS1, wasn't it?
the original one, yes.
The original
it was
one was,
completely
yeah.
different
Top-down.
from the others.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because 1 and 2 were both the top-down style.
Mm-hmm.
God. Yeah.
One-
Yeah, the original Grand Theft Auto was just insane. It was such a crazy game. God damn.
Yeah, it was.
You can have sex with a hooker and then kill her, and wish you could do that in all of them now, but still, it's like
Yeah, but at the
great.
time that was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was so like whoa, risque.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Manhunt was originally developed and released by Rockstar, published on the PS2 November of 2003, Xbox April of 2004.
Yeah, if it like I said 2003, 2004, that definitely was that's well past PlayStation 1.
It didn't come out on the PS1.
Nope. That's a cool game though. That'd be badass if they were to be I don't know. I mean, I guess it's only gonna be PlayStation 1 games, I'm assuming, because that's the whole point of it, right? It's a PlayStation classic,
it's just
right?
gonna be PS1 games, yeah.
And Soul Reaver was PS2, right?
Soul Reaver was PS1. Legacy of Kain, PS1 was Legacy of Kain and Soul Reaver.
Right.
The others came afterwards.
Mhm.
Soul Reaver was awesome, but I was so pissed off at the ending of that game because the publisher is just like, you know what? We need to get this game out now. Instead of delaying the release, they released it before it was done.
Yeah.
So angry. That game was so much fun.
Yep. Very cool.
Now you see games getting delayed. I'm like, I'm fine with the delay. Give me something with all the spit and polish on it.
Usually the delay is because they're fixing shit. So
Exactly. If it's something that is broken, like in story or gameplay, yes, by all means, delay it. If it's additional content that can be added in later, patch it in later. That's fine.
Right. I got you. Yeah. I don't know. Some people wish that No Man's Sky had been delayed even more than it already had been.
If No Man's Sky had been delayed to come out now with the things that it has available now versus what it was promised to have and released with what it was, that game would nowhere near have gotten the backlash that it deserved.
I agree with you, Josh. I agree. As much as I liked it, I even after I played it, like I was like, this is a disappointing game for me.
It was not a $60 AAA title that was released. It was a $20 early access beta that was released.
Yeah. So now that they've added on all the new shit into it,
and now that you can do most of the things that they said you could
pretty
do,
much
it's a lot more appealing and fun to play game.
It is. Yep. Yeah. So
do we want to move on to Josh's topic?
Well, before we mention that, the breaking news right before we came on the show about Telltale Games, I wanted to bring that up. Telltale Games, for a lot of you out there, you may know, if you're not familiar, they've had a lot of incredibly moving story-based games. They're more of an interactive game, choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they're usually episodic. The first game they ever released, I think, was the Back to the Future game.
Yeah. And then it was the
and it
Borderlands
was-
one right after that, wasn't it?
No, the Borderlands one didn't come until a couple of years ago. But they are most popularly known for their Walking Dead series.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also did a Wolf Among Us, which is based on the Fables comic
Yep.
landscape. And they did Tales from the Borderlands. They've also done a couple of Batman games and a Game of Thrones game. And I have a lot of these games. Breaking news today, they laid off about 90% of their workers.
Oh my God, damn.
Out of nowhere, they cut their staff from 250 to 25 people.
Jesus Christ.
Future projects that had been announced were a Wolf Among Us 2 and a Stranger Things game. Those have now been officially canceled. And the current game that is being released, which is the last season of The Walking Dead, is going to be the last project. And those 25 were kept on to finish that up and meet a few other obligations. And then they're shuttering their doors. This came out of nowhere. Their games have been getting critical acclaim for years, but apparently the sales just haven't been enough to keep them afloat here lately, which is a damn shame because they have made some absolutely fantastic games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, if you like story-based narratives and shit, they really hit it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
The Walking Dead games, I've given up on the show. I've not enjoyed the show for a couple of years, and I flat out quit watching it last year. But the games are amazing, and the Wolf Among Us, that was amazing. The Batman games, they're amazing, so good. It's a damn shame. And the great thing is, you can pick all these up for a pretty good price. I think you can get them if you catch them on sale. You can get them for like $20.
Yeah.
A pop. They're not bad. Usually they're released at like $10 an episode. Or you can catch them on a sale, get like a Game of the Year version, get them for like $20. It's pretty awesome, but it's a sad thing. I'm gonna hate to see them go because I've really enjoyed their stuff.
Right.
I heard even the Guardians game was pretty good.
Yeah. That's the thing. Part of it is the gameplay just isn't for everybody. The multiplayer market is really blowing up. People
It
love
is.
playing
It
multiplayer.
That's what it is. It's that, and the first person shooters are still kind of got their little niche, and then but I think it sucks because that's like a lost art now. Is a really story driven game, where it's really awesome. And I just think with the evolution of video games, though, more people. Well, I mean, I want to say more kids more than I think adults can appreciate a story driven game more so than kids. Kids just want to shoot shit,
My daughter's 11.
Is she? Does she like?
She loves the Telltale games. She loves to watch them. She loves the art style. She loves the emotional impact of the story.
I'm generalizing.
Yeah.
When I say that, obviously, but
I understand completely.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be your.
She doesn't know. I haven't told her yet.
Oh, that's going to be suck. She's probably going to be sad about that because no.
She is because her favorite thing. She loves to watch this one girl.
Yeah.
Even though I have the games and she's watched me play through them, she loves to watch this one girl stream the Walking Dead games.
Yeah.
And one of her favorite YouTubers is actually streaming through it right now at the newest one. So she's going to be devastated when she finds out.
It sucks, man.
I haven't told her yet.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to have a dedicated following.
Yeah, they do. There's, but again, it's just not enough of them following, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's just not enough.
So,
but yeah, it's gonna be a shame to see them go.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last video game thing I wanted to touch on. And this isn't a new story. I just wanted to hear what you guys thought about it. This happened back in July. The World Health Organization has classified officially as a mental health disorder video game addiction.
I mean,
Now,
I can kind of see it, to be honest. I mean, it's no different than people get addicted to gambling and shit.
exactly,
like that.
I understand
Oh,
that
God,
100%.
But
100%. There's addictions of all things. However, based on the following signals, I'm a video game addict and I have a mental health disorder, apparently.
yeah,
Oh,
and there are
that's
parameters
good.
for it. They were
The
talking wasn't it
parameters
like
for it
3
are
hours a day or
ridiculous.
some stupid shit like that. If you play video games more than 3
Well,
hours a day.
well, here's the thing. Some of it calls for at least five of the following signs to be present: a preoccupation or obsession with gaming, withdrawal symptoms when not playing games.
It's too like subjective though.
Yeah.
that
A tolerance for gaming, so that a person needs to spend more time playing to be satisfied. At least one failed attempt to stop or cut back playing. A loss of interest in other activities outside of gaming. Overuse of digital games despite realizing the impairment they may have caused. Lying to others about game usage, using gaming to escape or relieve anxiety or guilt, relationships that have been lost or risked because of gaming. Now, I'm sorry. Let's see. Do I use gaming to escape or relieve anxiety or guilt? Yes.
I do too.
Have I
That's why
overused
people have
digital
any
games? Have I overused games despite realizing that, I've got other shit I need to do? Yes.
Yep, me too.
Have I lost interest in other life activities? Well, absolutely, because you've seen the graphics outside, they fucking suck. Let's see. One failed attempt to stop or cut back? Yeah, absolutely. A tolerance for gaming, so I need to game more to be satisfied? Yes. Oh, God, guys, I fucking need Social Security.
Yeah,
every fucking one of us.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. I agree. I think that could fit so many people. All that shit. That's bull.
Any average gamer, it fits. Any average
Yes.
gamer.
It's like they don't
Uh,
realize that a lot of us grew up with that medium at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm gonna tell
a
you
lot of
guys, like all of us have some kind of, you have some sort of discretionary income. Okay, everyone does. What you use it for, whatever entertainment media outlet you use it for. Nowadays, I'm not kidding you. Gaming is becoming the outlet, my entertainment outlet that I use a lot of my discretionary income for. Like if I have sometimes if I have a choice to go see a movie or play or go get a new game and play a new game, I'm going to choose a video game because I get more entertainment out of a game than a movie.
Man,
exactly. I've been there for years, dude. Especially with the backlog I've got. I can walk into GameStop right now and get like half of my backlog for under $10. That's a movie ticket. I'm going to get 60 hours out of it.
Exactly. And I just find from my dollar value, the gaming is more, gives me more fulfillment than going to see a 2-hour movie.
And with all the story, with all the narratives in modern gaming now, they're so good that
absolutely they are.
It's not like you're just like vegging your mind out.
Yeah.
No.
And like to me, it's like they say like, do you use this shit as an escape? And like to me, like that's an easy answer. Like yes,
that's the purpose of
that's
it.
the purpose, right? Exactly.
Why do you watch a movie? Why do you read a book? It's escape from reality.
Yeah, and like
it's the purpose of any entertainment.
Like for me,
yes.
It might be toys, it might be video games, or it might be like reading a book, which I do probably more than I play video games. But it's like, yeah, all this shit's an escape, and like you could look at that any way you want to, but it's better than just like there could be a lot worse things you could be doing to get that escape.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
You'd be doing fucking drugs.
90% of Wisconsin at the bottom of a bottle. That's where you find them all.
Yeah.
Oh, those Packer fans. I feel
here you find them at the bottom of a pill bottle.
I'm at the bottom of a coffee cup, so I can't say much because.
Yeah.
Speaking of coffee,
I think that like a huge thing is like the outlying experiences, like those kids that have died playing Warcraft because they
Yes.
wear a fucking diapper and
Yeah.
don't
Or
take
the-
care of
Yeah.
themselves.
here,
Or the
here
parents
is that Nick brings up a very good point. This has been more prevalent in countries such as South Korea
Yeah.
and other Asian countries that there are people that really do have serious problems like that. Like it's like every year there's at least one or two reports of somebody that has died because they sat in an internet cafe for the past
Damn.
72 hours straight without eating or drinking or even going to the bathroom
Yeah.
because they're playing.
Yeah. The Warcraft one was in the United States. The PC bong culture in South Korea, a lot of it's League of Legends, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
And
StarCraft.
StarCraft, and there's been like 3 or 4 people dying playing League of Legends, and like more than that playing StarCraft.
That's so crazy to me because I just can't grasp that. I can't like wrap my head around the whole. I gamed myself to death. You know, I just can't do it. I can't.
Different
see that.
culture, different culture in South Korea, especially with like the inavailability of like personal PCs, like and how their internet works. It's more economical and easier to go to a PC bong.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's crazy.
And plus, too, esports is like
Life.
government backed there.
Yeah.
I mean, there are professional teams that are funded by the government, and a lot of the people have aspirations to make a professional esports team.
I guess I can see. I mean, I know the Madden is crazy. They're like some serious players, man. Yeah, I mean, I've played Madden online against people, and there's some people that are nuts. And they're just, like really good, and they'll cuss. If you be cussing at you and shit, it's good. Just
Fucking
message back and forth with them, you know, and it's like Jesus Christ, dude.
League of Legends LCS series, like their championship had more views than the NFC championship, I think.
That's
Yeah.
wild, dude. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's
What's
insane. And they pull in hundreds of thousands of views on each one of these streams weekly.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it used to be like I when I was heavier into competitive gaming, it was StarCraft and Command and Conquer. The real time strategy stuff over there is just insane.
Yeah, it is. You can play a 10-year-old kid in one of these real time strategy games. You play a 10-year-old kid from over there, and they will whip the shit out of you.
I bet.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I bet.
but you know, at the same time, the whole generalization that they're using to categorize it as a mental disorder, and specifically calling it a video game disease, what have you. I'm just like, no,
They
you
left
can't be that general and classify it.
And
I'm
too
sorry.
many things that you were reading, Josh, were too many things that aren't measurable. You know?
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
The way they worded it, it's basically you play video games, you're addicted.
Yeah. The way it's worded, it makes it come across like that fits just about anybody that's ever picked up a controller or clicked a mouse.
Yep.
Yeah, and fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's all right, man.
Bram's feeling
people with addictive personalities are going to find an addiction.
Exactly.
Yeah. I have an addictive personality anyway.
Me
I
too.
would rather be addicted to toy collecting and video games than substances that are going to harm my body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, I don't have an addictive personality, but I still play the shit out of video games because I thoroughly enjoy it, and to me, that's my escape from everything. That's my pleasure.
Yeah.
That's my pastime.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think they're trying to vilify something in the way in the way of saying it's an addiction, some kind of addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they've been trying to find a loophole to vilify video games and the gaming for
As long
so
as
many
they've been
years.
around.
Yeah,
It's so bad though, because it's like, come on, these things actually help people. I really do believe they do. I believe there's certain people that it benefits, and I'm probably one of them, because I will say that there's nothing like firing up. I mean, sometimes depending on what kind of mood I'm in. I mean, if I'm in a really pissed off mood, I like getting on a video game where I'm gonna go kill a bunch of shit. It helps.
no, not only
Get my anger out,
I'm absolutely
you know.
beneficial of video gaming. Like I suffered a few years ago from extreme social anxiety disorders,
Mm-hmm.
and I started streaming on Twitch. And the interaction I started having on Twitch with people, I mean, hell, that's how I've got into this.
It helps, doesn't it? It helps with the socialization. Yeah.
think about
Exactly,
games like think
that's
about
how I
games like
met
World
Greg.
Yeah. Think about games like World of Warcraft, where we got a lot of these people who are extremely introverted. They don't have the capacity to get out and meet people in life, but now they're joining these guilds and constantly communicating with these new friends that they've made that they never would have made before.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. I mean, I know people who have met through video games and became married and have children now.
Yep.
My son's got a lot of friends that he's met through it, and
same with
then now he'll actually go hang out with them and shit. And he goes in the area and stuff. So.
Well, and we got a good example here with Ian, and like he's got one really close friend, but they don't get to hang with each other because of the distance between the two. I mean, we're not that far apart, but it's family schedules, a lot of that shit. But these two, that's what they do. They get online together, and they'll Skype to each other, and then they play games. They play Terraria, they play whatever they were, Undertale, all those. That's their interaction. That's the best way they can. Instead of sitting on the phone, like when we were teenagers and sitting on the phone with our friends all the time, that's they're sitting on the phone.
Another aspect that I don't think gets brought up enough is the competitive aspect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I've always been super competitive, and I used to have a physical outlet before I blew my knees out. And like I could play sports. I could fucking
beat your wife.
Yeah, beat my wife. Fucking go shoot hoops. Whatever. Play football. And I physically can't do it anymore. And so like I'll admit it. I'm addicted to League of Legends. Like that's my shit. Like. It's competitive, and I have an outlet to fuel that, and it's a lot healthier than other shit I could be doing.
Yeah.
Well, like I was never into traditional sports at all. I'm a motorsports guy. I used to race bikes. I used to race cars, all that shit. That stuff's retarded expensive. I can't even afford to do that, let alone physically do it anymore after the beatings I've taken.
Yeah.
But now I can jump on. I play Forza online. Or I'm a major fanatic for Overwatch now too. But I mean, it's doing the same thing you're doing, Bram. It's taking the inability to do the physical sport and transitioning it into the competitive gaming side because we still have to do something.
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
Sure. Well, making a cake.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yo, your wife.
Are you jealous?
Yes.
No, because I don't eat cake.
Fucking KFC and now cake.
I know, KFC and now fucking cake. What the hell, dude?
Rob, I'm on my way.
Rob, I think for the good of the show, you need to turn your fucking camera off, dude. You piss me off.
Oh, just for that, dude.
That is so fucking wrong, dude. Oh. Such a tease. You're such a fucking tease. Yeah, she's looking at you going, what the fuck? Shaking her head. Tell her. I see her shaking her head until she's getting me going with that fucking cake back there. I tell you what.
She just licked the fucking. Thanks. Yeah.
Oh God, she's such a tease, dude. Oh my God. Tell your wife to stop it. She's getting me all hot. Anyway.
Oh shit! Y'all started something now.
There she goes. She's gonna really tease me. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that looks so goddamn good. It's killing me, dude. Oh, dude, you're
that's the
lucky,
Oreo
dude.
cheesecake,
I
isn't
love
it?
that shit.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
actually,
it.
hold on, is she wearing a Superman shirt too?
Yes, she is.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
cool. You
black
got a
symbol.
good woman there, boy. You better hold on to that one. That's good.
Oh, she's a
Got her
keeper
House
for
of
sure.
L shit going on. I love that. That's beautiful. Dude. Beautiful. That's some good shit right there. Hell yeah. Good for you. Bacon for you. God damn, this dude got it made. God. Mm.
Kate never has time to bake anymore. She's
Well,
really good at it.
we bought a really expensive mixer. She has to have an excuse to use it, so she does. And I
Hey, that's all right. Hey, you know what?
I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
Apparently, it was a crack about how much he spends on Transformers.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, that let her use that mixer. That benefits you too.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, go ahead, baby, bake all you want, honey. Use that shit up.
It doesn't benefit my
What you do
waistline
is-
and my yearly physical
That's
for
all
the
right. Hey, hey, listen. You go up, you take a piece of that cake, you smack her in the ass, and you go, "Good job, baby." It's all good. It's nice.
All right,
Hell
yeah.
Russ. Do you want to hit your topic this week, or do you want to go on next week?
Well, it's real quick. It's not that much to talk about, really. I just wanted to mention a video game because we've been on this video game kick. So there's a new Star Wars game that I was checking out, that I was finding out about this week, that's coming out. It's like Jedi Fallen Order, that's gonna be coming out next year.
Yeah,
And
man.
it looks
I
like
think
it's
good.
I
yeah,
haven't even
it
heard of
looks
this one yet.
good, doesn't it? It looks like it's gonna be kind of like Force Unleashed a little bit in that kind of gameplay style.
Oh shit! It's Respawn too.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
hoping.
it is Respawn. Yeah, and that really got my attention because that's pretty awesome. It's not somebody else fucking Star Wars game up. So I was just wondering if you guys were what y'all thought about this. Are you guys excited? I mean, are you
I was not aware.
I am now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if you guys were even. I didn't know if anyone knew about it or not.
Yeah.
It caught me off guard too. I was like,
The
holy
only
shit!
thing I've seen from it was the title, and then there's
Yeah.
they were doing some mocap stuff, but it was
Uh-huh.
like 2 dudes fighting with lightsabers, and I thought that looked cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
excited.
I like
Go
the
ahead,
one
sorry.
headline for it. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order would be like Force Unleashed without the Mountain Dew qualities.
That's yeah. I saw that. I saw that too.
Yeah, for
This
real.
there's apparently IGN has been talking, doing some stuff where they're kind of finding out a little bit about what's going to be entailed in it. And then, I mean, I don't think it's going to be exactly like Force Unleashed, but it's going to be kind of like the same type of gameplay, and it's supposed to have a lot of good story, and who knows what characters are going to show up in it. So I don't know. I was kind of excited.
I'm probably in the minority, but I really enjoyed the first Force Unleashed game too, though.
I did too, man.
I liked both of them.
I enjoyed both of them. I just thought
Yeah,
the
I did
second
too.
one was too short. The
Yeah, me
gameplay
too.
was much
I thought the
improved,
same
but
thing.
It was too short.
I didn't
Yeah.
get much like the second one. I have the second one. I've gotten every time I've tried to get into it, I've gotten 10 or 15 minutes into it, got sidetracked, and then I forget to go back to it. I need to play it.
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't like the second one. I just haven't gotten into it. But the
It's
first one I liked. I enjoyed it a
Yeah,
lot.
I think what the problem with the second one is you blink and it's done. I think it's a fast game. I mean, I went through it really quick. And I was like, Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
did too.
that's it?
See, I
was
don't think it took me
yeah.
that long to go through the first one either. But
Well,
it was good.
the first one was it was good, but I think the first one's longer than the second one. I
It
think takes a little
absolutely
bit longer.
is.
It takes a little longer. There's a lot more missions to do, a lot more, and the story for the second one was still pretty good. But again, I agree with Josh, just too short.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I just thought, I didn't know if you guys knew about it or not. It seems
I
like
just
it seems,
looked up some of the footage now that you talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for me. Give me all the Star Wars you can give me. Video games, I'll take it. Give it all to me. So
Yeah.
Speaking of Star Wars, Bob Iger came out and said this week that after Episode 9, they're going to kind of slow down on the releases.
I heard that too.
I'm cool
I
with
heard
that.
that too.
I'm cool with that.
I'm totally fine with that. I think one a year is too much.
I do too.
One every 2 years is fine.
Yeah.
Especially if they're doing like standalones like Rogue One. That was great.
Mhm.
Solo, I enjoyed Solo very much. Did I enjoy
Absolutely.
it as much as Rogue One or The Last Jedi? No, but I
Yeah,
really liked it.
Rogue One's hard to top, though. That was such a good story.
Yeah,
I-
it's my second favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I think we've had too much saturation.
Yeah, I think they need to pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah,
They've got enough stuff with Marvel anyway, but
exactly.
with
I
Marvel,
think you're right.
you're getting different characters and
Mhm.
eventually tying it in. But
Right.
with Star Wars, almost everything's tied in.
Yeah,
And just that much that fast is a little bit much. So
Yeah. No, I agree.
Well, and
And that's
Marvel
actually
has-
good to hear.
Marvel has such a more diverse group of stories to pull from too. So you can do a Marvel movie every year and not have it anywhere the same.
Yeah.
I want to kind of bring it back to the video games, man. I want a new coder.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Good.
Like I spent hours playing through that game, going through
Yeah.
the light side, going through the dark side,
Uh-huh.
and just
Yes.
the immersion of that game was amazing. And
Yeah.
That was kind of what I was hoping.
Knights of the Old Republic.
yeah,
Yeah.
The way you said it, I'm used to hearing people say it KOTOR, and you said
Oh.
coder. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's coder?
Yeah. That's
my
What are
bad.
we talking about here?
Yeah, that was what I was
Yeah.
hoping. That newer one was it Knights of the Republic or whatever? The
Yeah,
MMO
I think it was just
Yeah.
the Old Republic.
or
Yeah.
the old,
Yeah, there was.
yeah, that was what
Yeah,
it was.
that was the Old Republic. Was the online one?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's a good game, man. That was a really good game. They
The second one had the potential to be a great game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's another. Sometimes I think it's funny when how they'll hit the mark on the first one, then they try to do a sequel to it or something, and I don't know if it's they try to be too different and they fuck it up, or
No,
it's-
the second one suffered
know.
the same problems that Soul Reaver suffered from.
yeah,
The developers were still making it, and the publisher said, "We've got a deadline to put out what you've got."
so they
Yeah.
so they
And
didn't get
a chunk of game is just unfinished.
gotcha.
And it just jumps to the end and made no sense.
And that was back in a day when they didn't have the ability to just jump in and update it later on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The second one, Darth Treya was awesome. Like,
Yeah, she was
it-
tight,
and,
man.
fucking Darth Scion, and yeah,
well, and that's what's cool about him. I mean, you get to get a lot of Sith characters, pretty
Mhm.
badass,
Yeah.
So, that's fun stuff right there. That's good shit. Yeah, I agree with you. I'd like for them to do another something like that. I'd like to see get some Darth Revan in that bitch.
Oh, Revan was so good.
I would love to see what they could do with an updated KOTOR. With
Yeah.
modern hardware and modern capabilities, KOTOR would have been unbelievable.
Oh, like in the Unreal 4 engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I mean-
like another one done by the same studio was Jade Empire,
Yeah.
and that was a lot of fun. I love that game.
I never played it.
It was really good, man. It was like Coder with fucking like ancient Chinese like mythology and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tight, actually. That's not bad. Because a lot of the whole Jedi order and shit like that, if you think about it, it's kind of got a lot of it's like we just took a lot of truth from a lot of things. It's got some samurai shit in there. It's got some old school, a lot of
They're Buddhist warrior monks.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what they are.
yeah. But but there's a lot of samurai code. There's
Yeah,
a lot of,
he drew a
Yeah.
lot off of Kurosawa.
Yeah. right,
Oh,
which is
God.
really badass, and I kind of appreciate that. That's that's cool. I don't know. That sounds fun.
Do we want to leave it off here now, guys? Or
Yeah.
Let's
Go on
do
for-
that.
We're
Good
going
amount
on
of time.
3 hours, so
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, we've definitely been yapping for a while. People are probably
Yeah.
like sick of hearing our fucking voices.
All right, I'll drop the link
You
in
just
the
need
chat.
to turn on the ASMR.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Nice.
So I'll drop the link in the chat for our live unbroadcasted hangout afterwards. And can somebody else take care of linking it other places?
Sure.
All right. Thank you guys for sticking with us. I know this was somewhat of a longer show. We had a lot to talk about, and
Alcohol was involved.
alcohol was definitely involved. The brand
Hey,
juice got
it's been a long week.
Just one quick last plug. Go listen to the latest episode of All Queued Up. It's our 1 year anniversary. It dropped today. There's a giveaway. Listen to it. Find out how you can enter to win.
Yeah. That's a good show too.
All right. Good night and good luck.
Later,
Everybody be good.
guys. Have a good night.
Thanks for hanging with us. We appreciate it. Take care.